hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to you all. Awesome. Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 5th month. Ooh, I'm looking forward to these brews, too. New Historic is looking interesting. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. How is everyone doing tonight? Kicking carrot flowers to Trejano. Swing for 0, that dude. Zelda Zakba. Luke E with 2 E's. I don't know, pick one. How's everyone doing? Oh man, so today is release day for Historic Anthologies, which means today we actually got a bunch of decks I want to try out. We're going to start with the most hype card from Historic Anthologies, which is Death Shadow. But don't worry, oh my goodness, there's some jank too. So what is on the potential docket for tonight? And I don't know if we'll get to them all tonight, but I have a bunch of Historic Anthologies decks. Can I check see if Death Shadow isn't that 100%? Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. I fixed the issue. There are no Banehounds, thankfully. So we're starting with Death Shadow. I have Rakdos Death Shadow I've been messing around with. I also have Mono Black Death Shadow, which I've been messing around with. Not sure which one's better, but those are 2 decks that we're probably going to try out. Then we have some more janky decks, I would say. We have the most janky deck. Oh my god, this deck. Grixis Conjuring, Collected Conjuring. I have never once in my life been able to build a Collected Conjuring deck that actually worked. I don't know if Historic is a format to fix that. It's hard to find payoffs for Collected Conjuring. Like, the best I could come up with is filling the graveyard for, like, Arclight Phoenixes and Crackling Drakes. I don't know if that's a good plan. We do have a lot of sorceries to hit with Collected Conjuring. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try some ultra janky, really bad Collected Company. Also have Open the Omen Pass is... What's Open the Omen Pass going to do, though? Make mana for creatures? So try to... I mean, I guess that's kind of funny. You cast it, but if you cast it to Open the Omen's Pass, then you also gotta have creatures in your deck. The biggest problem, alright, so here's the issue with Collected Conjuring. The issue with Collected Conjuring is it is really difficult to build a deck that has 4 Collected Conjurings and enough sorceries to cast with Collected Conjuring that can still win the game. Like, if you look at this deck, we have 8 creatures, and everything else is either Collected Conjuring or spells we can hit with Collected Conjuring, and that's even arguably too light. We have 26 hittable spells with Collected Conjuring, which is a little light, where we're not always going to hit 2. So I don't know. That's the challenge, is... Unlike Collected Company, where you can easily play a deck with 30 creatures that's really good, it's really hard to play a deck with 30 sorceries that is functional. But we can't really put in Sprite Dragon, because if we put in Sprite Dragon, then we only have 22 sorceries, and then we're only hitting 1 sorcery with Collected Conjuring a high percentage of the time. And then we might as well not play Collected Conjuring, because if you're getting 1 card with it, it's like actively bad. You really gotta have it, ideally like 28 to 30 sorceries. So even at 26 sorceries, I feel like I'm a little nervous about it. So that is the plan. Get rid of the Drakes. You can't go long anyway. What would we replace the Drakes with, though? Like, that, I guess that's the other thing. My initial thought was like, okay, play a bunch of stuff to stock the graveyard, a bunch of invade the cities. The problem is people are kind of wise on the graveyard hate in Historic. So if we just go all in on Arclight and invade the city, and someone plays like Scavenging Ooze or Rest in Peace or Leyline of the Void, well, yeah, I guess we just scoop them up. The other kind of janky decks, I don't know how janky this one is. This is Hamza counters, and I actually think that Hamza is a pretty interesting card in Historic. So it's kind of a Selesnya +1/+1 counter deck. The neat thing about Hamza is it's kind of this insane ramp spell. It's usually going to come down for 2 mana, and then it's going to make all of our big X spells like Mikaeus and Stone Coil Serpent and Voracious Hydro really big, because we're getting the mana discount for the creatures +1/+1 counters. Hey, what's up, Biddlewin? How are you? Good to see you. And also, BG Stelz, welcome. And a classic. This is a deck that was initially like kind of a thing in Standard. It's essentially Aetherflux Reservoir Storm with Paradoxical Outcome. The problem was they didn't put Inspiring Statuary in Kaladesh Remastered, and that's really the card that makes the deck work. So now we can actually try kind of old school Standard type of Paradoxical Outcome combos. So the plan is start starting with Death Shadow, and then bouncing between whatever you want to see out of Paradoxical Outcomes, Grixis Conjuring, Hamza counters, maybe some of each of them. So, so that's the plan. All historic all the time. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited for these decks. I think Death Shadow's probably good. I think that Conjuring and Paradoxical Outcome, they're janky, but probably do fun things. And Hamza is unique, and it also seems like it could be kind of powerful. So I would put this one in the middle. I would say Shadow's probably most competitive. Hamza's probably in the middle. Conjuring, Paradoxical Outcome probably at the bottom, but also probably the most interesting, or jankiest for sure. So, do you get all 4 copies with Anthology or just 4 copies? You do get all 4 copies. There was a visual bug saying you got 1, but you actually get all 4. Hamza should have March of the Multitude. Wait, does Hamza... I think it only works with creature spells. Yeah. So it ramps only for creature spells equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. So, yeah, I don't think March of the Multitudes. I mean, I guess it would work for ramping if you could put a counter on everything with, like, Micaeus, but it doesn't actually get a discount, but still a cool idea. Anyway, everyone, let's do our reminder. The Mono Black Shadow, it's really Mono Black. It just has off-color fetch lands, so we can lose life more quickly for our Death Shadows. But it is all black cards. It is everything can be classed with black mana in the Mono Black build. So we have new gift subs, Soccer School and Tomek. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. So how is everyone tonight? Let's do a reminder. Say what's up, Flat. How are you? You didn't miss anything. We've just been rambling. It is time to do reminders and play Magic. Ooh, Hydroid Cross, this would be sweet. I might splash. I might have to splash into that. Hydroid Crosses to draw cards. Does sound awesome with Hamza. Replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams. Normal YouTube. We did some Tibalt tribaling against odds yesterday. Tibalt, it's an adventure. You never know with Tibalts if they're going to if they're going to absolutely screw you over or if they're going to win you the game, but you never know. That's part of what makes it fun. Tomorrow's Mucha Brew, oh man. It might be a crabby deck, but you gotta watch it because it is one of the sweeter modern decks we've played in a while. So that's coming up on the YouTube. There is claim to fame in the Rakdos deck. A reminder that our sponsor this evening is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free Scoop Soldier sticker. Just let them know you want one. They'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations always appreciated. Never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. So let's let us. Do we not have claim? I swear I was playing claim to fame. All right, maybe we don't have claim to fame. Maybe Why did I think we had claim to fame in this deck? Maybe I have claim to fame. Okay. Claim to fame I have in that deck. In this build, I don't know if it's better or not to have Call the Death Dweller. Maybe it's just better to be Claim the Fame in this one over Call the Death Dweller. Not 100% sure, so Strixhaven spoilers should be starting in a couple of weeks. No Adanto Vanguard Shadow deck. No. Although we could potentially. I missed a few streams now. Time to show for Infinite Bill combo. Oh, Jake Jesus. You missed our Jakey Standard stream on Monday. I was hoping you would show up because I was thinking we might get to give it a shot. But there will be other opportunities. Good to see you. Afro Throws for the 26th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thoughts on Wizards replacing foils with old border cards? I don't think they would only do old border cards. I think it's possible if they replace them with some sort of showcase card or something, but Brother Nod, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, no Arcanist. We don't really have that much to play with Arcanist. I don't feel like we're built around it that much. But anyway, all right, let's start playing Magic. Then we can talk about whatever y'all want to. Movies, Magic. I don't know if you saw the Commander stream last night, but people do not agree with my taste in movies. Alright, chat, before I play Magic, how many of you have seen the movie Raw? I want to know, is that like a movie that no one has ever seen? We can talk about food, too. It feels like most, outside of Magic, and maybe including Magic, everyone disagrees with my opinions on essentially everything. Food, movies. Desi J, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much. It is a French horror movie, yeah. French, it's like a cannibal coming of age story. Alright, see, I thought it was a good movie. I thought Baby Driver sounded like it was made up. I thought when people asked me about Baby Driver, I thought it was a baby driving a car, like Baby Boss or something, but apparently it's not. Alright, so Rakdos Shadow, what's the plan of this deck? And the plan is twofold. Our new card, Death Shadow, you know it and love it or hate it from Modern. Basically, it wants us to lose a lot of life, and then it gets really big. We have Scourge of the Skyclaves to back it up. It's kind of another Death Shadow. And then how are we losing life? Hakeem Weave, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. What about yogurt with your cereal? That'd probably be good. I might have to try that. Not on my cereal, but on the side of the cereal. Alright, so what is the plan of the deck? We're trying to kill our opponent with Scourge of the Skyclave, Death Shadow. How are we losing enough life to make these cards good? We have 8 of the MDFCs. That's 3 life each. We're playing a bunch of off-color and on-color shock lands that lose life. We have Castle Lockwing that lose life. We had Feed the Swarm as removal that lose life. We have Thoughtseize as discard that loses us life. We have Malakar Rebirth as protection that loses us life. We have Stormfist Crusader as card draw that loses us life. So essentially, outside of our payoffs and some synergy pieces like Stitcher Supplier, Croxa, Call the Death Dweller, everything is either losing us life to grow our Death Shadows or a Death Shadow to hopefully kill our opponent. And that's essentially the plan of the deck. Like, that's what we're trying to do. Get our life total low enough that we can make our Death Shadows massive, but not low enough that we're going to die to like a bird spell or one attack or something. So how many people have you murdered in real life? That would be a big 0. All right, what are we playing? I've never even gotten in a fight in my life. Come to think of it, I've never been in like a real fight with anyone. Yeah, I like fought with friends before, like boxing type. I think that's a thing you do when you're a stupid teenage boy. You're like, oh, let's go fight each other, like for fun. Some testosterone thing, I'm sure, or something. But I've never been in an actual like real fight with anyone either, which is good. I don't actually. I don't actually intend to get in any fights. If I can go through my whole life without getting in a fight with anyone, I would count that as a win. Same with murdering. Go make it through the whole life without murdering anyone. I think that would be a positive. I've never actually shot a gun either, which is weird because I grew up in upstate New York, which is kind of like huntery, as far as New York at least, is like kind of huntery gun area, but I've never actually like shot a gun, even never went hunting for sure. Never actually like even shot a gun. I guess there's a lot of violent American things that I've never done. That might also be why I never get in fights, is because I'm big enough that no one actually wants to fight me. So that might work to my advantage, I guess. Well, we can lose a lot of life. We don't have any Death Shadows. But that's 3. That's 2. That's 2. That's 2. I mean, I think we trust. We trust that we're going to draw a Death Shadow. I'm like 6.5, somewhere between 6.3 and 6.4. Have I shot fireworks? Do sparklers count? I'm pretty sure I played with sparklers when I was a kid at one point. Where in upstate? Kind of like Finger Lakes region, up along the lakes. Green A. Well, let's start. Yeah, we'll Thoughtseize here. Let's start the life loss process. Thoughtseize you. Parting Tree Emissary. Well, that's not great. All right, take a ooze. Burning Tree Emissary might be the most tilting card for me in Historic. Cause okay, wait, we gotta calculate this. Let's calculate this really quick. Let's calculate. Cause I always feel like there's 2 copies in our opponent. I always feel like there's 2 copies in our opponent's hand way more often than there should be based on the maths of the situation. Play this. Play this. Oh, we're going to take a beating. Thoughtseize, take the Coco. So opponent's out of cards, but their entire hand is on the battlefield. Speaking of guns, I used to get into airsoft gun wars with my cousin without eye protection. I mean, yeah, I've shot like airsoft gun and BB guns. Yeah, we were also pretty stupid like that when we were younger. El Conquistador. Go. Actually, you know what? I think we just Fatal Push Llanowar. Alright, so that's down. Aghanim Awakening tapped. Opponent untaps. Alright, save us, Conquistadors. Please. Opponent attacks. We block and also block. Drop to 6. Llanowar Elves. I wish our things were bigger. Alright, so let's claim Conquistador. Scourge this guy, Claves. Yeah, Death Shadow would be great. Unfortunately, we have a Scourge here instead, which is not as great. Pass the turn. You know what we need is a Banehound. We're missing the Banehound. So, is it worth buying Collecting Company? Or is it worth buying this, opponent. Interesting. Is it worth buying the new Historic Anthology? And I think the answer is maybe. So basically, what I did was just use wild cards. Why wouldn't we attack? Because I think we're, like, brutally dying. I mean, we're at 4. That's not a lot of life to survive here. I'll get Aluris. Go attacking. Hit ya. Blood Crypt. Go. Oh! Can we overcome 2 Burning Tree Emissaries? We could use a Death Shadow. So yeah, my thinking would be to just wildcard what you need. I guess if you don't have any wild cards, then and you want a bunch of the cards, it's probably worth it. But how would you upgrade White Black Clerics in Modern without going into Pyre? Ooh. I mean, I think probably the easiest first step is wow, attack it. Oh, they could have. All right, we'll attack with 1. We'll attack with 1. Mana base is usually an easy first step for upgrading. So opponent trades, that's fine. We will pass the turn. Mr. Foxboss, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go to combat. Attack ya. I mean, if our opponent takes this hit, then these are both 8/8s, and our opponent's probably going to die. The deck list is broken. Interesting. Yeah, other than the mana base, I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think of what else, if anything, is really worth it without going on the Pyre plan. The deck list looks correct to me. I am so awful at updating decks for a new set. What, would you add any Kaldheim cards to Gruul Landfall? Ooh. I mean, even if they got Embercleave, I don't think this matters, right? Okay, they do, but... Alright, go Death Shadows. Yeah, boat it. Super duper... So, oh, is this mono? We're playing mono black. Oh! Oh, that's the problem. we accidentally loaded mono black Death Shadow instead of Rakdos Death Shadow. That's why the list is not actually lining up. Thoughts on Phyrexian and Reclamation in this deck? It could be okay in small numbers, possibly. I don't think I would want many of them. I don't know. I guess the question is how consistently can we get things in the graveyard? Audios for the 31st month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Ooh, more Scoot-tating? Well, I do like Mutate and Scoot Swarm, so if you have a sweet deck, I would love to take a look at it. Why not Embercleave with Shadow? I'm not a big Embercleave fan. I think the actual answer is we're not really a go wide deck. We're more of a go tall deck. So we're probably going to be Embercleaving for like 5 mana pretty consistently, which is probably just a bit much. If we were more of a go wide deck, I would be more excited for it. Have you tried Key of the City to make Shadow unblockable? I have not tried Key of the City. That sounds like it could be interesting. Although, yeah, maybe we can't bring in that much removal. Although, I don't know, does Shadow need to be unblockable? I guess it probably depends on the matchup to some extent. Like, in some matchups, our opponent can keep chumping it with a token, which would be awkward. In other matchups, just having a big creature that our opponent has to chump every turn still kind of just wins. Yeah, I don't know if Adanto Vanguard is necessary. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Adanto Vanguard, it is a way that you can lose life really quickly. Ooh, would have liked to land. Do you think that Death Shadow is a safe card to craft if I don't have a lot of rare wild cards? Honestly, oh dear. Oh dear. That's not a land. Pass the turn. Honestly, Death Shadow, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I think there's probably a Death Shadow deck there, a deck in existence in Historic. Whether or not it's like an actual like top tier deck or just kind of a janky tier 3 deck, that remains to be seen. Ugh. Yeah, this isn't looking great. Opponent, that one turn with the Mana Dork got our opponent pretty far ahead with us missing the land drop. Hey, what's up, Swing for Zero? How are you? Opponent. Ugh, land off the top. Yeah. Oh, geez. Alright, sure. Well, yeah. Opponent got off to a pretty fast start. We did not. We have not drawn a Death Shadow yet, which is annoying. I don't know how we are so bad at drawing Death Shadows. Alright, run it back. Yeah, there's no Teamer Battle Rage in the format, unfortunately. No fling with Death Shadow or Scourge. I mean, you could try to fling up. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a Teamer Battle Rage in Standard yet. Yeah, Grim Tutor, it is a way to lose life. But spending 3 mana to tutor up like a 1 mana Death Shadow or whatever seems a little bit rough. Wait, what was added? No, we loaded the mono black deck. We loaded the wrong deck. Yeah, Embercleave though, we just don't go wide enough. So it's like a Teamer Battle Rage that costs 5 or something, which is just a little bit steep. Also costs us the opportunity to play Lurrus, and I think Lurrus is probably worth it. Yeah, you need Double Strike and Trample. Yeah, Uncaged Fury could be worth it. At least worth trying. Wait, is that? Oh no, it doesn't give Trample though. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking it gives Trample. I feel like it really needs to give Trample for it to be really worth it, but, well, thought sees you. How many do you have? Well, alright. take a Llanowar, slow our opponent down a bit. Opponent, Forest, and Dork. Oh, there's a Death Shadow. All right, Glintsleeve Siphoner, go. So now we just gotta lose some life. Have any of you played any Historic Anthology stuff yet? Yeah, Harmless Offering. Not playing Harmless Offering tonight because it won the Against Odds poll for next week. So expect some Harmless Offering action in the near future. Well, go to combat. Attack it, yeah. Castle Lockwane. Go. Yeah, we're just gonna kill our opponent's stuff. Oh, tomorrow's Against Odds, or Much Brew deck is so sweet. Opponent. Ferocidon. Well, Fatal Push. Kill Pellet Collector. Draw a card. Ooh. Go to combat. Attack you. Aghanim's Awakening. Feed the Swarm. Siphoner Part 2. Death Shadow incoming next turn. Yeah. With, ooh, you tried Spider Spotting? Man, I would love for Spider Spotting to work. Spider Spotting's such a sweet card. Yeah, it was supposed to be Rakdos, but I loaded the wrong deck. So we were playing a game with Mono Black. Accidentally, I would say. Oh, all right, hit ya. Ooh, the Shadowtron. Yeah, we'll play a Death Shadow, and then I think we'll play a Death Shadow, and then I think we'll play a Death Shadow. 3 mana, 18 power, nice girl Spellbreaker. All right, it's working. Opponent, would you like to concede? No Obliterators. Clothis. Well, I say we draw a card, grow the Death Shadows. Noxious Grasp. Scourge of the Skyclave, just for the rub-ins. Just to show our opponent that we have like 40 power from 4 mana of creatures. Whew! And that's what that Shadow can do. I mean, you gotta flex a little bit. Look at that! Look at how big our stuff was for its cost. All right. I guess we should switch to the Rakdos one because that's what we meant to play. That was Mono Black. We'll wrap around to Mono Black, but initially the plan was to start with Rakdos. I just initial punt. I think it's because of that red mana symbol there from the fetch lands or the shock lands. I kind of feel like Rakdos is probably the best. So I don't know about. So what is the upside of white-black? You have, I guess, another Feed the Swarm type effect with the Dire Tactics. If you don't play any humans. Hey, what's up, Madam Willow? How are you? So you could do that. Adanto Vanguard. Yeah? Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some interesting stuff. So what I've noticed with the deck is I really feel like I haven't had trouble losing life with it. So I'm actually not sure. Not sure Adanto Vanguard is super necessary. Just because it seems really easy to lose life. Like, easier than I realized, mostly thanks to MDFCs. So, could there be a decent Grixis Shadow build? I guess there could be, although I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure what the blue does. Like, what does blue offer? In Modern, it offers some good tools, like Stubborn Denial. It offers Thought Scour. But I'm not sure what it actually offers in Historic. I mean, Spell Pierce it's not horrible. But I'm also not sure that it would make me move into another color for it. Well, our opponent might be shadowing too. Opponents, I consider these lands. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Opponent hits us. Sure. Well, it is kind of funny to just shock yourself aggressively. The life of a Death Shadow player. Oh. What if you played Grixis Death Shadow Gideon Pact Negation? Ooh, that could be kind of fun. Collected Conjuring is such an underrated card. Glad they added it to Historic, but even in Modern, I've seen it do broken things. Really, if you have a good Collected Conjuring list, send it to me, because I have never come close to making it work. It's such a unique card, but I have never actually made it work. Opponent's trying real hard to get their life total down. Bowmat Courier, okay. Death Shadow, sure. I don't know about these pain lands, if they're worth it. Maybe they are. So we will play a land, Croxa you. Opponent. Bind the Monster is interesting, but if you already have Fatal Push Shock, yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out what... Well, I guess we kill the Death Shadow and let the Bonded Courier do its thing for now. Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing what blue does in Historic with Shadow. Yeah, it seems like our opponent's on some kind of Death Shadow deck. Looks a lot different than ours. Is this deck good versus control? Alright, opponent. A little bit of reanimation. It's probably fine. I don't think it's bad versus control, but... Oh, opponent's... Alright, opponent's a cute little aggro deck, I guess. Gets and hits us. I'll play the land, feed the swarm, Death Shadow. Crack the land. Get a... Swamp. El Rotato! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Opponent gets to draw some cards. And Bonded Courier's going off. I missed your donation. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Let me look it up. Oh, my apologies. Crown Vetka, $10 donation. Hey, Seth, in regards to your movie stuff from the Commander stream, what are your feelings on the best movies ever made? Jurassic Park. Have you ever seen the sequels? Is that one you can see in Universes Beyond? Oh, well, Unknown Vetka. I'm sorry. I missed your donation for so long. In Audus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. So I have never seen... Oh, opponents. Drawn a lot more shadows than we have. Sweet mother. All right. Now opponent gets in. Hits us to 2. Yeah, looks like our opponent got this one. Well, opponent was on the play, and they just threw a lot more shadows. And yeah, well, we'll see. Interesting. Bring in a couple of removal spells, I guess. Go down. Maybe a Call of the Death Dweller. Maybe Claim the Fame is better in this one than Call of the Death Dweller. Getting back 2 things is nice, but maybe it's not 100% necessary. Yeah, try like that. Need that leyline for the sideboard. What leyline would you play? So I could definitely see Jurassic Park being a crossover type thing. It's like 20 years ago, which is in the right time frame for Wizards to get the IP. And I don't know, you could do like Return to Ixalan Jurassic Park edition or something. So I could definitely see that being a possibility, for better or worse. That sounds not bad. We can kill things about it. Aggressively mulliganing. As far as the actual movie, I don't think I've ever seen the sequels. I know I've seen the original one at one point. This is the first. Death Shadow's the first deck we've played. We'll probably try Paradoxical Outcome tonight. Although, I don't know. As far as it actually being competitive, I don't know. Historic has a lot more thought seizes and is a lot faster than it was in Standard. So I'm a little nervous about it actually being able to compete, but it is sweet. So we're definitely going to try it, because when it goes off, it's really cool. Do you think replacing a land with Kazul's Fury will be good in this deck? It could. I mean, I think it'd be like kind of fun. Well, getting our Shatter Skull Smashing hit by a Thought Seize is actually potentially just game losing. That is really, really bad. That's really, really bad for us. Jeez. All right. And it's a duress, which doesn't even lose life, but Audios with a $5 donation. Hey Seth, here's my Scoot Swarm deck. Made it for best of one, but I'm sure you can figure out the sideboard. Alright. Opponent's casting many things. Do we draw lands? At one point, I bugged Arena with the amount of Scoots. So Scoot is good at... Boy. Well, I guess we should play the MDFC. Actually, I think it's the first time I've ever been, like, severely punished for by getting an MDFC Thoughtseize, but it is literally going to lose us this game. Most likely. Opponent gets a Luris. Well, that is finally sort of kind of a land. Pretty late to the party. Is it too late to the party? Thank you so much for the donation, by the way, Awjuice. Wait, I think you might have put in the wrong link. I'm seeing Rakdos Death Shadow in the donation. How is Grixis Shadow bad? What do you get out of being in blue? That's what I've been trying to figure out. Opponent has a land. Alright. I got another Bomat Courier for now. Well, get a mountain. Opponent goes attacking. Oh, this is super duper ultra frustrating the way this is going. We needed the MDFC! Spell Pierce Mystic Dispute seems like great reason to play blue. Yeah, I mean, they're decent sideboard cards. I'm just not sure there's that much compared to Modern. Hey, thanks, Audius. Booted. Draws a Scourge of the Skyclaves. And untap land down to 5, goes attacking. Well, Opponent's got a sack. Wow, this has been really obnoxious. Opponent. We can only cast one Croxa because we only have one red mana. Because we got our MDFC Thought Seized. If we had the mana to cast them, it would have been good. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. Opponent, Knight of the Even Legion. Well, shock ourselves. Croxa. Opponent. Down to 2. Croxa. Opponent's got to sack the Bomet Courier to draw cards. And then they can exile our graveyard. Wow. Yeah. Why does our opponent have 1 card in hand? Arena's had some issues since the update today. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent exiles a graveyard. Oh, this has been disappointing. Hey, what's up, Elf? How are you? No, our opponent gets to draw cards, so it's not good game. Or a good game for us, probably. Since our opponent has 1,000,000 cards, and we have no graveyard. About it. Oh, I wish there was a lightning bolt. Hey, what's up, Woodzo? How are you? Good to see ya, good to see ya. Yeah, Arena's been, I don't know. They did an update to add historic anthologies, I think, and it has been questionable today. Opponent tap land attacks, no pumping. Well, Bloodchief's Thirst. Kill the Knight of the Ebon Legion. I mean, our opponent is pretty low on cards. We'll get Aluris. Pass the turn. I mean, maybe we're still fine. Opponents hit 2. They cannot take a single hit. They can't cast a Thoughtseize. They can't tap these for colored mana. Our opponent is as low as it can go. Okay, they go to 1. Now they're as low as they can go. We need a gut shot. A literal gut shot. Opponent. Oh, they drew Aghanim's Awakening. Oh my goodness, what a draw. That's game. That's game. All right, well, fair enough. Oh. I crafted the cards individually. Well, worked out for our opponent with the Bonded Courier. That's for sure. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh. What will be in Anthology 5? That's a good question. I'm guessing it's gonna be a while before there is a Anthology 5. Seth, I told your mom you said the F word on PK show. Oh, why would you do that, Mega Magikarp? Oh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble next time I talk to my mother. Oh, do you think Lingering Souls would just be too good? I assume Lingering Souls is probably just like too powerful. I think it might just be straight up too powerful. Well, alright, that sounds fine. Is this another? Alright, opponent has a Thoughtseize. Apparently there's a lot of people on Death Shadow decks today. Apparently. Well, mill some cards past the turn. I mean, I like Lingering Souls as a card. When I said the F word on Vince's show, it was a quote from Big Lebowski. It wasn't just a random F word. It was a quote. There's a difference, I think. And with Big Lebowski, there's a lot of F words. It's hard to play a Big Lebowski deck without having any F words show up. Opponent. Knight of the Ebon Legion. And A Death Shadow, sort of. Hmm. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I guess we kill that. Pass the turn. When can we get Storm Dredge and Tron in Historic? I'm ready to have some real fun. I would be surprised if we ever got those. Opponent goes attacking, hits us, gets a Lurrus. Well, Scourge of the Skyclaves. Shatter Skull Smashing. Go attacking. All right, opponent, your go. We have a new donation from the Chemist. Hey, Seth, I've been watching YouTube forever. I love the content. Recently, my new favorite card is Mystic Reflection. Oh, I love Mystic Reflection too. But I'm horrible in blue. I'm a green mage. Do you have any pointers? Cool. Well, we've played a few different Mystic Reflection decks. Basically, look for things that make multiple tokens at the same time. That is, thank you so much for the donation, by the way, the Chemist. But stuff like Phalith, Master of Waves. Oh, I can't remember the white. What was the white 5-drop with Devotion that makes tokens in Standard? It's so bad, but it works well with Mystic Reflection specific. So I think that's the trick. You gotta look for things that make multiple tokens at once. Reverend Hoplite, yes, that's the one I was trying to think of. So I think that's the way to go. You want things that put multiple tokens into play at the same time. That is the easiest way to make it work. Put it. Tap land. And passes. So we can't really attack. No, let's take a Lurrus. Blood Crypt untapped. No attacks because of Death Touch. Pass the turn. Alright, your go, opponent. Your go, friend. Hey, good game, Mysnave. Yeah, Mystic Reflection is definitely one of the most fun cards from Kaldheim. It is top tier as far as fun, and it actually does some pretty powerful things. Whenever I play it, I'm kind of impressed with it. We've played a lot of Death Shadow decks so far. It seems like everyone is trying Death Shadow. Eight Shadow, I think, would be a good name. I would consider calling it Eight Shadow. For some reason, probably because it's the original, it seems like the naming always goes with Death Shadow rather than Scourge of the Skyclaves, but it essentially is an 8 Death Shadow deck. Like, that is basically the idea. Have you played any Death Shadow decks with Keys to the City? I have not tried Key to the City. I mean, in this scenario, being able to make Scourge unblockable would actually be good. Wow, opponent runs out Lurrus. Feeling safe to start chump blocking, I guess. I'll go to combat. Attack. Opponent chumps. I'll Karoxa you. Make you discard. Opponent's going into white, apparently. I found a good commander deck for Death Shadow. Viral's discard type. Yeah, Viral's is a great way to take advantage of it. I'll call the Death Dweller. Get back Stitcher Supplier and Death Shadow? Mill some cards. Pass the turn. Death Touching Menacing Death Shadow sounds sweet. Oh no, we're not 3-2 already. I think the record has not been updated yet. I think technically we're 1-1. Opponent, more Death Shadows. And Knight of the Ebon Legion. And well, this is a scenario where unblockability would actually be insane. Scourge of the Skyclaves, opponent. Thinking. Really thinking. Could this be an Arcanist Pyromancer shell? Yeah, I mean, you could play Arcanist and Pyromancer, I think, if you wanted to. Jonathan Snow for the 39th month. And Juliet, welcome you both back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, Modern Giants? I would love to see it, Drads. I was actually messing around. Crim's video today missing audio for last match and recap. Oh, is it really? Oh boy. All right. Well, I will have to deal with that later. Apologies. I am not sure why that would be a thing. So is Circuits Unsealing a thing? Maybe in Historic now with Death Shadow. Ooh. Maybe. That could be pretty sweet. Well, let's Croxa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of our opponent's last card. Get a Croxa. Our opponent's playing a bunch of burn spells. Interesting. Scourge of the Skyclaves. No attacks this turn. Pass the turn. I mean, I guess we just try to grind him out with Lurrus and Croxa. That's the boringest win, but yeah, I mean, Scourge of the Skyclaves and Death Shadow. I guess the only thing with Death Shadow is you're gonna have to get really low on life before it turns on. Oh, boot it. Yeah, I don't know what the exact plan with burn is. Well, let's play Lurrus. Croxa you. Keep the real one. Make you discard. Stitcher Supplier. Mill some. How do we actually kill our opponent, though, is the problem. Like, how do we close this out? What happens if we go big attack? We attack, 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 attack. Our opponent has to block, block, block. So this dies. Opponent gets hit. Oh my goodness. Death Shadow messes up the math so much. So, alright. Opponent goes to 6. These become 7 sevens. So this blocks here. This blocks here. You know what? We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait. Death Shadow makes math so funky in combat. Maybe just getting in with Karax is fine, and then it grows the Death Shadows. I mean, I feel like our advantage at the moment is... Alright, opponent finds another Death Shadow. Our advantage at the moment is we can just keep Croxing until our opponent maybe loses. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close to where we can just win. Well, Croxa, our opponent. Keep the real one. Opponent goes to 6. Go to combat. Attack with Croxa. I mean, I guess this is a plan. Attack with Croxa. Opponent goes to 3. Hey, what's up, Birch Burglar Lord? How are you? Opponent. I mean, they can block and pump and get something back. The problem they have is... Wow, okay, they don't kill it. Oh, that's Shadow. I guess our opponent's just hoping to top deck. They can get this back. I mean, we should have it this turn. Well, the way this game played out, it does kind of make me want to have some sort of evasion. I don't know what that would be, but... Opponent, big attack. Well, we will block... Block, 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 block. Oh, the Stitcher Suppliers. Ooh, Demonic Embrace actually sounds really... That might be the best solution. I actually really like that idea. Mail a bunch of cards. Well, untap. Escape Croxa. Exile. We didn't have last turn, right? We were one short. Trigger, Drainia. Croxa with Luris. Drainia. I mean, it doesn't matter. We just need 2 Croxa triggers. It doesn't really matter what way we do it. I mean, we just have lethal. Like, we win with 2 Croxa ETB triggers, so... I don't think we had lethal last turn. I believe we were 1 point of damage short last turn. You could swing with everything less... I don't know. I don't think that we would have had lethal. Exclamation point deck will take you to the deck. Because we had... Opponent had 6 creatures. We had 8 creatures. So 2 would get through, but those would be Stitcher Suppliers. So we'd hit our opponent for 2, and Luris has lifelink, so our opponent's going to gain 3. So I don't actually think we actually end up with lethal there, but maybe I am miscalculating it. Alright, so. What do we want? There's a lot of Death Shadow players, apparently. Yeah, I thought I was one damage short, but maybe I was incorrect. Yeah, unfortunately, no Temur Battle Rage. Although, what is the best replacement? Because Temur Battle Rage would be great. I would love to be able to play Temur Battle Rage in this deck. It would be spectacular. But I'm not 100% sure what the replacement is. Ooh, Footfall Crater could be interesting. The problem with a lot of the other ones is they don't give Trample. Unleash Fury doesn't give Trample. Raking Claws doesn't give Trample. Temur Battle Rage is strong because it just wins through blockers. I feel like if the Double Strike spell doesn't give Trample, then it's a lot less exciting. Embercleave would have been good in that game, but we often are not going that wide. We have another new donation. People love donating for Historic. I always like Modern streams. I think this is close enough. Well, Trice, $20 donation. Thank you so much. And if you like Modern, tomorrow's Much Brew deck on the YouTube. Oh, it's a sweet one. I think it's one of the sweeter Modern episodes we've had in a while, so Definitely check out that one if you are interested. Ooh, yeah, Raven, Arena's been a little buggy today since the update, for sure. Run amok. Yeah, what would be the best finisher? So we can add a fling. I think adding a fling would be fun. I don't know if it's optimal, but it'd be fun. As a one of, it's probably decent. Sad News Bears, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thud is cute. I mean, you can run Kazul's Fury. Yeah, it is a really interesting playstyle if you've never seen it before, because, or if you don't play a lot of Modern, because it is based on, like, intentionally getting your life total low. So you end up with these games that always feel really close. Like, if you've ever seen, like, Death Shadow vs. Burn in Modern, it's like a ridiculously interesting match. Because everything the Death Shadow player does is potentially putting them in burn range, so they gotta, like, get themselves low enough that their deck is good, but they also have to not get themselves too low, because if they get themselves too low, then they are going to, kill themselves to bird spells. Ugh. 2 Scourges, an Angrass Rampage, a Claim to Fame. We have 2 removal spells, no Death Shadows. Well, I guess we take the claim. I guess our opponent's not doing much until they lose life. Opponent loses life. And Scourge of the Skyclaves. Yeah, Stomping Grounds untapped. Kill the Scourge of the Skyclaves. Oh, we're gonna end up in the same weird situation, I think. I had a theory. I play a lot of Destiny, which is both an MMO and an FPS, but because you can get away with mindless shooting, there is always a tactical nature to MTG. I feel like the player base of Magic is inherently smarter and more thoughtful on intricate gameplay. Any thoughts? I mean, that's probably true. I feel like Magic requires you to be thoughtful to actually play it somewhat competitively. Like, you can play it, like, super casually without being very thoughtful, but I would say that makes sense to me. Alright. Well, this might be one of those games where we're just killing ourselves. We've run 1,000,000 lands. We're running out of removal, and our opponent has haste in the graveyard. I'm kind of thinking that Claim to Fame is just better than Call the Death Dweller. We have another new donation from the Chemist, $5 donation. Not sure if you read this during my last donation, but I've been watching. Oh, that's lethal. All right. Well, that shows the power to Claim to Fame. That's for sure. Not sure if you read this during my last donation, but I've been watching your YouTube forever. I love your content. I recently got a new favorite card in Mystic Reflection. Not a blue mage, I am a green mage. I'm hoping for some pointers. Oh, well, Chemist, thank you for the donation. I thought we had discussed that a little bit. Doggo Myth for the 22nd month. Where does the time go indeed? Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. So I think the answer is you need to find things that make multiple tokens, like Falith, Reverent Hoplite, Master of Waves. That's kind of the main way to take advantage, I would say, of. Do we need Graveyard Hang? Maybe we do. That's the main way, I think, to take advantage. Maybe we go down the Stormfist in this matchup. That's a main way to take advantage of it. Rather run Painlands and off-color shocks. Yeah. The thing is, we have Castle Lockwains. I think that's kind of the issue. If you replace off-color shocks and basics with Painlands, then your Castle Lockwains always come into play tapped, and that's annoying. I feel like Castle Lockwain is just like an incredibly powerful card. Can you replace 2 Scourges with something? Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. Scourge is one of the one of the good deck cards in the deck. M. Lawrence, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've been death shadowing so far. All right, I guess we'll try this. Sounds okay. We got a death shadow. We have a decent amount of life loss. Land, Cancel Logwain, go. 4 mana, draw a card attached to a land is extremely powerful, and it even loses life. What would you put in place of 2? It might just be more. What creature would I play? Whoa. Opponent's got a little bit of this and a little bit of that going on. A little bit of everything. But not many lands. I don't even know what to do against that pile of cards. A chunk of meadow! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, what's up, Shadow? How are you? I don't know. I haven't been too impressed. I guess I haven't built and played Orzhov, but from what I've seen other people play and heard other people say, I've heard a lot of people say that they have found Orzhov to be very unimpressive for Death Shadow. Well, I guess we take a Death Shadow. Soul Guide Lantern. Get rid of the Death Shadow. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see. Opponent's hand is very interesting. Opponent. Untap land. Goes to combat. Attacks. Down to 15. Self-a Savior. No land. Well, draw a card. Land? No. I'll play Stitcher Supplier. Oh! Lack of lands, not good. Mill 2 lands. Okay. Oh boy. Hey, what's up, Grateful Dead? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, Death Shadow came to Historic Anthology today, so it seems to be very, very popular. Put it. Why is Supplier there? Well, Supplier fills our graveyard for Croxas, Enluruses, and reanimation effects. Yeah, I am not sure. Like, there's no replacement for Scourge. I guess I would play, I don't know, 2 Bowmat Couriers if you have them. You could play 2 more removal spells. There's nothing that is actually similar to Scourge. So I think you would have to just play something else in the colors that seems like a good card. So you can play some more removal. Something like that. All right, so we did draw a land, which is nice. Well, feed the swarm. Opponent, Johan Leafheart for the 2nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A little Death Shadow. Well, we'll see. Opponent's got layers of protection over there, apparently. And a Knight of the Ebon Legion, which is a pretty strong card. Sword Mind is really bad. So, I would be very surprised. I think if you're going to do a top 10 list of the, or I guess, there's not, what is there, 7? Top 7 list, whatever number of swords we have now, Sword of Mind would not just be at the bottom, it would be at the bottom by a really long ways. Like, it is really not good. So I would be very surprised if it actually ended up being a playable card. Well, we will Thought Seize our opponent. Grow Death Shadow. This Knight of the Eben Legion is a problem. Soul Guide Lantern. Eat the Claim to Fame. Ooh, how do we stay alive, though? Can we stay alive? So if we play this untapped, we die. This hits us for 5. This hits us for 6. Ooh. I don't know. I was hoping they'd put in a better sword. Oh, get in with Death Shadow. See what our opponent does. At the same time, if our opponent just goes crazy... Oh, the issue is they have this Sajiri Steep, though. Our opponent's Layers of Protection might win us this game, or win them this game. Dogamith with the gift sub to Betty Bod. Welcome to the Fishbowl. And thank you, Dogamith. Thank you for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the problem with Sword is its abilities aren't very good. Milling your opponent for 10 is often a drawback rather than an upside. And it's protection from 2 colors that don't really have removal. So it kind of hits on, like, its abilities are worse than most of the other swords. One of its abilities is arguably a negative rather than a positive in a lot of matchups, or at least a reasonable number of matchups. And it has protection from 2 colors that don't really kill your stuff for the most part anyway. So, like, it's not like you can just slam it. Like, Sword of Light and Shadow, part of the power of Sword and Light and Shadow is that its abilities are okay. Like, raise at a creature, gain 3 life. That's fine. But the big power is you lock out Path to Exile, you lock out Fatal Push, you lock out all those removal spells. So yeah. My guess with Sword is this Sword and Body of Mind is, like, literally the most conservative sword choice Wizards could make. Like, Wizards went and picked the most conservative sword and gets it. Oh, this is so interesting. If our opponent pumps and they don't have an untapped land, they lose. Okay. So opponent either pumps and has an untapped land for protection. All right, not going to pump. Hits us to 6. Grows the Death Shadow. Passes. Oh, this is ridiculous. Well, if we use Bedevil, they can Sajiri Shelter and then we lose on the backswing. I think we have to just attack. I think we have to just attack. Opponent blocks. Selfless Savior goes away. Yeah, buying Anthology does get you 4 of each card. So we have to exile the graveyard. Right now we're going to 1. We can't let them claim fame or we lose. So I think we Croxa. Wait, there's no way this is going to grow, right? Oh my goodness. Get back, Croxa. I think we have to exile the graveyard on our turn, because the problem is this claim to fame. Opponent discards the claim. Well, so they draw land. Wow, this is so close. Well, this only hits us for 5. I guess we just pass. Since they discarded claim to fame. Oh, this game is so close. Oh my. Alright, so our opponent was... oh, God. Alright, so opponent had the lightning bolt. Actually, maybe that was an early... That might have been an early scoop still. I guess I still need to draw land. Boy, these... Oh, these games. Hey, welcome, Mr. Orange. How are you? Hey, you're welcome, Edo. How are you? Yeah, I do not think that lightning's... I don't know. I mean, I guess it worked out there. Ankle shot. Welcome to the fishbowl. I think that lightning strike is a playable card in burn, but I don't think outside of that it's actually a card that's very good in historic. I mean, couldn't they... Well, but we also had the graveyard hate, so I think that's why... we should have not conceded, is because we had the graveyard hate. Oh boy. This deck. So we have 1 removal spell. Well, take Resplendent Angel. Pass the turn. Yeah, because of the graveyard hate, I think we should not have scooped. We should have exiled... We should have exiled the graveyard on our opponent's end step. And see what happened from there. White OC38. Interesting. Tiny Bones is definitely a fun build around. I've had a lot of fun playing various Tiny Bone decks. Now, opponent gets him with the Youthful Valkyrie. Opponent is not doing much, though, at the moment. I want to see Historic become the legacy of Arena. That's what I want to see. I want to see everything come to Arena. Like, when Wizards prints Modern Horizons, put it on Arena. Time Spell Remastered, put it on Arena. If you gotta ban a specific card, sure, fine, ban a specific card, whatever. But I feel like that is the pathway forward for his... Really? Alright. So opponent draws Coco. We will kill their stuff. This is not a good Scourge of the Skyclave matchup by any stretch. Coco is a real good Magic card. Coco is very powerful. I think Coco's a card that, if we were playing, if it was in today's standard, I think it probably would end up getting banned. Well, let's Croxa. Get rid of the Scourge of the Skyclave. Dash Shadow. We have not done Harmless Offering Demonic Pact, but we will not be playing Harmless Offering Demonic Pact tonight because that is the winning card for Against the Odds next week. So, gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that one in specific. Well, play a tap land. Feed the Swarm. Yeah, we're just gonna lose to this. We're gonna lose to this 1/1 Spirit. This is a matchup. The problem with this is Scourge of the Skyclave is stone unplayable. Yeah. This is the matchup that makes me think Death Shadow is probably not going to be a tier deck in Historic. I think this is the problem matchup where if this Angel Coco Life Gain deck is like the top tier deck of the format, the most played deck in the format, you just can't play Scourge of the Skyclaves. It is just so bad. So I think that's a concern for Scourge of the Skyclave at least. Lingering Souls is the Angel deck is apparently over the last couple weeks has been perhaps the single best deck in the format. Yeah. Yeah, it is definitely somewhere between like top tier and maybe the best deck based on people's win percentages and so forth. Is Croxa making the deck too slow? I don't know. Should run Embercleave. The problem with Embercleave is we just don't really have the ability to go wide. So our Embercleaves would pretty consistently be like, I don't know, 5 mana, 4 mana, and I don't know if that's good enough. Oh, we'll take Righteous Valkyrie. I'm sure our opponent will have a Collected Company on turn 4. Collected Company is a little bit like Embercleave. People always have them when they need them. Well, mill some stuff we don't want. Stitcher Supplier. Pass the turn. Boot it. I feel like Embercleave, you gotta be a little bit go wide at least. Opponent plays a Rest in Peace. Sure. I'll play this. Get a Loris. Go attacking. Hit ya. Coco can get Death Shadow. That'd be kind of funny. Opponent plays a Lad. And Resplendent Angel. Removal spell would be pretty sweet. Wow, we milled our mountain? That's awkward. Oh, we milled both of our mountains. Oh my god, that's unfortunate. Whoo! I mean, they're working-ish. We've been able... Oh no, they drew another one! Oh my god. Yeah. Well... And yeah, that's the game. All right, let's try the mono black build. I think this is the problem. Like, I just don't think that the Death Shadow decks can beat this deck, or at least if you're playing Scourge of the Skyclave, you essentially have zero chance. So that I think that was my initial reaction when they announced that they were adding and like hyping up Death Shadow is. Well, one thing is, it's never worked without fetch lands. 2 is, how in the world can you play Scourge of the Skyclave when the number 1 deck in the format is is a is the Lifegate deck. Yeah, we can try. What other brew would you like to see out of the other ones? So, Collected Conjuring, I would be shocked if that deck had the ability to win it all, but it is built around perhaps the jankiest card from the new Historic Anthology. So, it has that going for it. The Paradoxical Outcome combo deck, the combo turns are good, but it gets pretty wrecked by Thoughtseize or interaction, counter spells, and whatnot. And then the +1/+1 counter deck is interesting, although perhaps not as spicy as. So this has got to be Sacrifice. Yeah, I'll just put a land to the bottom. See what happens. Untap land. Boom. Conquistador. Go. We've played a lot of Merit Lage in Modern, but we have not played Merit Lage in Historic. Shock is legal. Yeah, Collected Conjuring is... that's one of those cards that tries so hard, but boy, it has just never really been able to find its footing. Well, ping ya, hit ya, Thoughtseize ya. Oh boy. Collected companies for days. I feel like we can't beat either of those. Alright, well, take the Woe Strider, play the Knight of the Even Legion, pass the turn. Huh! Yeah, so if we top deck Thoughtseizes the next 2 turns, we're in business. Yeah, if it was instants or sorceries, then I think it would have a shot. I'm actually kind of surprised that they worded it so conservatively, honestly. Because Collected Company is an instant. So I'm not sure why they couldn't have done it that way. Oh, what are we punting? They drew another one anyway. What are we punting, Tired X? But then there's 2 Cocos, which means we're just dead. Opponent, go block, sack. I mean, we're going to have a 6/6, but... opponent. I mean, the sack deck is what makes me worried about Merit Lage's Slumber. Merit Lage's Slumber is a card that I'm sure we'll play because I think it's super fun. But getting your 20/20 Indestructible Fire, snag for 1 mana by Claim the Firstborn, whew. Opponent. Just draws a Mayhem. If this is Claim the Firstborn, I'm going to puke. Well, it's not, so that's good. Well, land untapped. Go to combat. All attack. Ping you to 7. Opponent. Blocks. Blocks. Well, let's pump. Kill your stuff. I mean, maybe we can just be aggressive enough that the Cocos can't come down? Opponent. Pings us. Sacks. Goes to 6. We'll play a Death Shadow. Go. And Coco. Spin it to win it into Cauldron Familiar Priest of Forgotten Gods. Sure. And scoops it up. Oh, there we go. Hey, what's up, Niachik? Do you think Claim the Firstborn is controlling the Historic format too much? No, I mean, I think Claim the Firstborn is probably just a fine card. It's not the kind of card that I can consider to be, like, broken or anything like that. We'll see how the meta shakes out. We have historic anthologies. We have a ton of stuff with Strixhaven. Bonus extra stuff. So I feel like we can wait and see how the format shakes out in a bit. What are we cutting? Glint Sleeve feels a little weak against an opponent that has Mayhem Devil. Yeah, Arena's like having a struggle today. It's been working for us somehow. Hey, what's up, Mind Stab Throw? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are as well. Conquistador, not bad. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance that the Sacrifice deck could end up being too good for the format, but I also think that it's premature to worry about it too much. With so many new cards coming up, will it even still be one of the best decks? I don't even know. I came from watching Crim's video, but the sound cuts out in the last 20 minutes. Ugh. My apologies. I'll have to, I can't really look into it at the moment while we're streaming, but I will have to look into it. Go to combat. Attack. Hit ya. Down to 18. How aggressive do we want to be here? You know, let's just play a Swamp. And we'll probably, like, sack and reanimate just to draw some cards. Ice Cream Lesbian for the 3rd month. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's Malakir Rebirth. Conquistador. And then sacrifice it. Draw some cards. Get it back. Alright, Conquistador Tribal. It is. Ooh. Some more cat action would be sweet. I'm down for more cats. Well, Kilwo Strider. Could use a Death Shadow. Death Shadow would be nice here. Go attack it. Get ya. 17. 16. Cast a Lockway. Conquistador. Pass the turn. Scourge of the Skyclave's potentially incoming. Nice to be able to catch Seth's livestream again. Given my employment at my LGS, I often don't have time to put the stream on when I'm on shift because people want cards for decks. Well, that's a good problem to have. People wanting cards is a good problem. Oh boy, Coco, eh? Well, let's send some Conquistadors to their inevitable demise. Is this Juice's list? Wow. Wow, okay. Just kidding. Let's watch our opponent whiff and probably lose. Well, that doesn't happen very often, but we'll take it. No, this is not Juice's list. Juice, wow. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Well, that's not a whiff. Yeah, I didn't know if Juice had a list. Everyone's playing Death Shadow these days, apparently. Claim the Firstborn is a pretty messed up card. It is. So this is the thing. Like, if you have Claim the Firstborn, and you have Fatal Push, and you have Thoughtseize, I pretty strongly disagree that things like Path Exile and Swords to Plowshares are too good. Like, I don't get it. I really truly don't see it. I'll play this. Get a Luris. So it's just, yeah, it's really strange to me. That's the one thing about Historic I don't get. And that's another reason why I would really love to see them just put everything into Historic. Like, try to make it into Legacy. Try to make it into the legacy of the Historic format. I feel like that's the best case outcome, the best case scenario. Opponent uses their last card. It's Fatal Push. Sure. Well, play Luris. Replay Knight of the Even Legion. Play a Death Shadow. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent. Do your worst. Welcome back, by the way, Holy Turnip God. Thank you so much. Oh, Battlewits would be amazing. Battlewits, Mana Tithe. Battlewits, Mana Tithe. Heartless Summoning. Those are three of the cards that I would like to see most, I think, in a future anthology. Opponent, catting. And Woe Strider makes its return. Opponent passes. Now, feed the swarm. The big one. Opponent sacks it. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Opponent blocks. Oh. Opponent sacks. Did Scourge ever do anything in Modern? Yeah, Scourge needs a bit to play in Modern in that Shadow decks. About it. Cat things, yeah. Well, Scourge. Go. I mean, we got big stuff, but can it overcome a cat? We have these 8/8s and 5/5s. Can they actually beat a 1/1 cat, though? That is the eternal question. Jengatha. So what happens if we Aghanim's Awakening? We probably lose. We go to 5. This is why playing Death Shadow is so hard. What do we do here? Aghanim's Awakening, down to 5. Go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. Opponent blocks. We will pump. And hit our opponent. Down to 8. Whoa! Whoa! Alright, opponent gives it up. Whew. Yeah, I wish Temur Battle Rage was in the format. It's not. There's not even anything that's really close to Temur Battle Rage, honestly. Like, Embercleave, but it's like 5 or 6 mana. There's so many. There's a bunch of double strike spells, but none of them give trample. I mean, we can play a copy of the Fling Land. I think we're gonna try out another deck. Like, the Fling Land's probably fine. So, I mean, what do we learn about Death Shadow? I feel like Death Shadow has potential to be pretty powerful. We saw about 50 different versions of it. Apparently everyone playing Historic essentially tonight is playing some version of Death Shadow. Dr. Shakespeare, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. That doesn't give double strike though. There's nothing. Like, the power of Temur Battle Rage is, yes, you get trample and double strike. Like, just trample, it's okay. Just double strike is medium. But together they are insanely powerful. But just doesn't exist in the Historic format. So anyway, let's try one of the other decks. So would you? Okay. Do you want to play Grixis Conjuring, which, it's built around Collected Conjuring. Paradoxical Outcome, which the combos are really sweet when they go off. Or Hamza counters, those are the options. It seems like we have some Conjuring fans. Paradoxical Outcome, Conjuring. I mean, the ones that we don't get to, I'm sure we'll get to in the future. Shadow Spear, the problem with Shadow Spear is you gain life, and then you kill your Death Shadows. You also need to not have lifelink, as weird as that is. Alright, let's try a couple games of Conjuring. And then we'll try some Paradoxical Outcome. I just want to see if this deck can even win a game. So Grixis Conjuring, it's built around Collected Conjuring. It's like Collected Company or Collected Conjuring. It's like Collected Company, except it only hits sorceries. It itself is a sorcery, and it's really hard to build a deck with 4 Collected Conjurings and 30 sorceries and still have a way to win the game. So our hope for winning the game is to use Collected Conjuring to hit things that fill the graveyard and card draw. Like See the Truth is pretty cute because you get to draw 3. It can hit removal. It can kind of make creatures with Invade the City. And that can also, by getting stuff in the graveyard, grow Crackling Drake and get back Arclight Phoenix. If we Collected Conjuring and hit 2 spells, that's 3 spells that we're casting. That gets back Arclight Phoenixes. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. I have never once been able to make Collected Conjuring work. What's the best Collected Conjuring deck you've ever seen or built? I'm actually super curious. Snow and Tell was like a standard foretell snow deck, and I think Snow and Tell's a cute name for it. Never seen it. I mean, it's a cool idea, and it looks like a really powerful card. It looks a lot like Collected Company. The Starman DX! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Oh, also, if you missed it on the site, I did a little EV breakdown for... Uh-oh. Is it raining going to die for us now? I did a little EV breakdown, expected value breakdown for Time Star Remastered. Good lord. The set has a lot more value than I thought. A reminder, too, that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magic cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Oh, yeah, I thought that Time Star Remastered was going to be a pretty low value set. It's actually shockingly high value. It was, at current prices, on average, the EV was around $500, and that was not including foil Old Border cards, which can be really expensive. But the Old Border cards are really valuable. Here's the craziest stat. At current prices, if you open a box of Time Spiral Remastered, just the 36 Old Border cards, no foils, just a normal 36 that you're guaranteed to get, on average, those cards are worth almost $300. So just the Old Border cards are actually worth more than the box. Arena's been having issues today. We might have to restart, but I'm afraid if we restart, it might not let us back in. I've heard other people saying they couldn't get games to fire, so we'll see. Fingers crossed that we make it through the stream. Yeah, maybe we just got lucky that we logged in early enough, or maybe it's about to die. Oh. I mean, we got another, we want to get through a couple more decks. We got another, hour plus. Hopefully we don't get booted until after the stream ends. And then they can boot us for, ooh, we even got a Conjuring. All right. Well, put it to the test right away. Opponent, Forest, sure. Oh, God, Elves. We don't have a sweeper. The sweepers are more than 3 mana. Oh, no. Blue Collar Man for the 21st month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. If I don't pull an Old Border Panharmonicon, will I buy one? Probably. I don't think I'll buy a foil one, most likely, because I expect the foil ones are going to be absurdly expensive, but yes, I will probably end up buying one for a commander deck. Opponent. War Master hits us. Well, Sulfur falls. I mean, we have some sweepers in the sideboard. Well, yeah. Boom. Out of here, Allosaurus Shepherd. Well, next turn we're going to spin Conjuring. And the next turn we're going to spin Conjuring. And then we're going to see what happens. Yeah, Anger is kind of a non-bow with Phoenix, unfortunately. Another War Master. And... oh, dear. War Master Tron. That's just so many elves. Alright. Dragon Skull Summit. Boom. Conjuring. Chardic. Well, okay. I don't know if that's worth 4 mana, but I guess we got 3 mana worth of spells for our 4 mana. Trading down a little bit. About it. Lord. Tons of elves. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I think we get to Conjuring one more time before we die. Boom. Conjuring. Beacon Bolt. Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah, I mean, Elves is a weird deck. Elves, if you got a sweeper, they can't win. If you don't have sweepers, they're very likely to win. So we get a Witch's Vengeance, and we bring in 4 Bantu's Last Reckonings. We will go down. Yeah, Anger the Gods seems like a good option. The only thing is, Anger the Gods is a little bit sketchy with Arclight Phoenix. That's why we got Bantu's Last Reckoning. Why would you play a 4 CMC Wrath? So the pinch with Collected Conjuring is you really have to play all stuff that it can hit. It's wow. Okay. Well, not going to be able to untap our lands very much, but we have 3 sweepers. This seems like the kind of hand Elves might have a hard time with. Yeah, Sweltering Suns, if we want a main deck sweeper, then Sweltering Suns is probably a good option. Whether or not we want a main deck sweeper, I guess would be up for debate, but if we do want one, Sweltering Suns is probably the way to go. We are trying to collect bad collected company at the moment. We're trying to collectively conjure opponents. Chartigors. Discard a... oh, we actually know they're Black Source, don't we? Well, in that case, discard... Yeah, we'll discard Solemnity Vision. So we gotta hit the Black Source so we turn on our sweepers so we can wreck the Elves. Is this the best deck in Historic? Collected Conjuring? Yeah, probably. And new tier 0. All right. Aww. Well, sadly, we're gonna have to put 2 Collected Conjurings to the bottom because we gotta have this black mana. This black mana is more important than Collected Conjuring at the moment. Sai the Celery Guy. Hey, Seth. Mustard, and what do you think about using land tax? An enchantment that lets you discard lands to make a bear in Life from the Loam in Legacy. Ooh. That sounds pretty spicy. I think we name Elf. Enjoy your forest, opponents. Do you think there'll ever be cards that let you draw from the bottom of your library? I think it's possible. Well, kill you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I mean, I guess a 5/5 something. That's not bad. Little awkward to run it out pre-Wrath, but go Amaz. Zombie army. Opponent, drawing lands, keeping them in the game. Archdruid, sure. Ooh. I'll go to combat, attack ya. Beacon Bolt. Bolt the Elf. Down to 15. Pass the turn. Oh, it might be working. Yeah, we've seen stuff interact with the bottom of the library. Do you think there's any risk of... so here would be my concern. So far, everything that we've seen with bottom of the library ends up putting it into a public zone. So basically, it's like put the bottom. There's like what cellar door is like. Put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard, or Grenzo puts it in your graveyard. My concern with drawing from the bottom of your library would be cheating in paper. Like, I feel like would that have like sleight of hand implications to any extent? So that would be the only thing I would think of that maybe would keep it from actually being a thing. Oh, we could use one of those collected conjurings that are on the bottom of our deck. That would be sweet. About it. Probably gonna have to wrath at some point, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I guess you also just have the clunkiness of it in paper. Like, pick up the deck, draw from the bottom, make sure you don't see the other bottom card. Like, but that's punishing non-cheaters for people who cheat. Well, is it though? I mean, I think they talked about that with companions. They were like, okay, so one of the rules of making companions is they have to have restrictions that are easy to verify. So you could make a companion that would be like, oh, as long as you have 2 islands in your deck, this can be your companion. But that would make it really easy for someone to just be like, oh yeah, I got 2 islands and I didn't draw them, essentially. So they wanted to have easily verifiable things for companions, and is that like punishing people who play fairly because of the people who cheat? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of just game design to some extent. We are at Collected Conjuring, attempting Sorcery Coco. Very, very bad Sorcery Coco. Did you see the combo that lets you put your entire library in the command zone? No. That's possible? How can you do that? I didn't realize there was anything that would let you put a non-commander in your command zone. I don't feel like I've ever... Is there a card that lets you put stuff into your command zone? Someone send me the link, because leadership vacuum. I mean, that's still just putting your commander in the command zone, though, right? Each player returns each commander they control from the battlefield. Wow. Elves gave up. Collected Conjuring. New tier 0. Wait, I'm genuinely... If you actually have a link to it, send it to me, because I'm curious if that's possible now. Is there... So... But is there a card that can turn a non-commander into a commander? I guess that would be the next step. Like... Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So if you can mutate all of your cards onto your commander, then you can put them all in the command zone. Does that actually work with the... Does that actually work with the rules of Commander? How does mutate work with Commander? Like, if you have a commander and you mutate something on it, is that actually the rule that you would put both cards? Like, just a simple example. You have one thing mutated on, whatever, a Sea Dasher Octopus mutated onto your commander. Interesting. That is a really funny idea. I guess I just assume that in Commander, there would be a rule that prevented that from happening. So then can you not cast any of your cards? Like, let's say you get your entire deck in the command zone. Do you have the ability to cast your non-commander cards from the command zone? Maze Mind's Tome Karn. Those are both not ideal with our opponent having ramp. I'll take the Tome, I guess. Tap land go. Conjuring! Oh, let me see, Daniel. About it. Yeah, I mean... Ooh, Golos. Well, I guess the good news is we can take the Golos. Doomfall. Exile your Golos. Pass the turn. Next turn we can kill the Karn and then see what happens. Yeah, Mardu Death Shadow has some interesting ideas. It'll be interesting to see. It seems like there are a lot of different ideas of how to take advantage of Death Shadow. It will be interesting to see which one ends up being the default build. If there is one, even. Or if Death Shadow ends up just getting pushed out by the life gain decks or something. Hadron Archive. Yeah, opponent's in pretty good shape. Double tutoring with Karn is pretty good. Hey, thank you, Dust Bunny. Schnapps for the 23rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bona, it's us. Yeah, we're just... So the other problem is playing all at sorcery speed makes it hard to interact at instant speed. Yeah, like the mono black ramp decks are sweet, or any of the colorless ramp decks are sweet. The only downside is they are basically just Ugin decks. So I think it depends on your feelings. Yeah, we're super dead. I think it depends on your feelings about Ugin. If you don't mind winning with Ugin, then they're very powerful, but a pretty big percentage of the wins end up being I ramp a bunch and play some cool stuff, and then I cast Ugin. Which isn't bad, but I think I'm a little Ugined out because of standard. Collected Conjuring. Is there anything else that could be in this deck? Because I'm actually... I can put this deck in the chat. I forgot about that. I don't know. Do you have any ideas, other ideas for Collected Conjuring? It is a tough one. It's a tough one. Alright, something like this, maybe. But we want to make it work. We're trying. We're trying to make it work. I think, so one of the things in Modern, the best thing I could come up with in Modern, was, well, yeah, in Modern you could hit a Stone Rain. We don't really have Stone Rains in Historic, though. So in Modern you can also cast free spells. So you can cast Restore Balances, Ancestral Visions. I think that is the easiest way to take advantage of it in Modern. But those cards aren't in Historic either, which makes it even more challenging to find good stuff to put into play. Flip it, Jake! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, take a Mind Stone. Opponent's hand isn't doing much at the moment. If there was a combo, that would be sweet. Well, there's a Conjuring. Yeah. We'll discard Thirst. Yeah, so the other challenge is you just have, like, so few slots. So you gotta have... we have 26 hits, and that's a little light. But that's, like, kind of close enough to be acceptable. So you need 4 Collected Conjurings. You need at least 26, and preferably 30, things that you can hit. Cleansing Wildfire is sweet, but Our opponent can search for a basic, though, right? Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned having issues logging in, so it is an arena thing, not a you thing. Arena seems to be struggling a bit with today's update. Well, we don't need predation. Smashing tapped. Well, next turn we get to spin it to win it. The other thing I thought is you could like collected Conjuring and hit something that gets it back from the graveyard. But then you're just, oh no. That's a good draw. That's a very good draw. Opponent gets a Golos. All right, it is your time to shine, collected Conjuring. Thought Erasure, Chart a Course. Discard a Phoenix. Erase the Golos. Mill the land. Get back, Phoenix. Ha-ha! 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 That is the best collected Conjuring has ever been in the history of Magic. That is it. That is it. We did it. That's it. That's the peak. That's the pinnacle. That was actually really good. We got value. We got back a Phoenix. We killed a card. I think we broke it. I think we legitimately broke the format. Well, hit you with Phoenix. Down to 17. Play. Ugh. The problem is we are all sorcery, so we can't kill this stuff. We did cool things, but we're gonna lose to Guardian Idols. What a world! What a world we're living in. Dragon Skull Summit, go. Opponent. Ooh, Faithful Suiting would make Phoenix a lot better. Copying a bunch of times could be interesting. Ali Antrazi, Infinite Mutate. I don't think I've seen that. I've seen a lot of mutate decks, but I don't think I've seen that one in specific. Sounds interesting. Down to 8. Well, Sunday Vision. Find us a goodie. Opponent's at 17. That's a lot. I'll take a Conjuring. We're going to keep doing this. Oh, that's a blocker. We might have to do that, actually. Oh, how dangerously do we... What can we hit? Like, what sorcery can we even hit here that's good? Card draw, I guess? I guess we got to play the Crackling Drake, honestly. So play Crackling Drake. Get a blocker. We're just going to hit discard or removal, though, that doesn't really do anything at the moment. So I think we got to wait and try to conjure next turn, hopefully. I don't take Arclight. We're going to win. We might actually win a game of Conjuring. I mean, our opponent could also draw Ugin, and then we won't, but... Bipes! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you. Cannot hit Adventure card. Adventure cards are... Whew. Alright, that's bad for us. Well, back to being dead. Jeez. Opponent had one turn for the top deck arena, and they hit it. Well... Let's exile that creature, opponent. So close! That was almost the dream. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, so we're literally dead. All right. Sorcery is not very good against creature lands. All right, let's try it again. We will try the Paradoxical Outcome deck too, but let's at least give this another one. What about Active Treason and Thud? I don't know if the timing works right. I think Would that work? I think you'd have to put them both on the stack, so I don't think you'd be able to active treason into a stealing a creature and thud it with the same collected conjuring. Land destruction can work in modern, but we just don't have 3 CMC land destruction in historic. Leyline of Anticipation would be fun, although then we get into the like not having enough slots issue again. Because if you go below, I think we're already like as light as we can get on sorceries at 26. I think if you go below that, then you just can't really play Collected Conjuring, and then you kind of defeat the whole purpose of the deck. So you got to somehow. So here's the formula for building Collected Conjuring. Let's put it this way: you get 26 random hits. You get 4 Collected Conjurings, and then you can play 2 playsets of a card, or 8 total copies of a card, in your utility slots. So we essentially have Collected Conjuring, 26 hits, 4 Crackling Drakes, 4 Arclight Phoenixes. You could definitely have Leyline of Anticipation, but I don't think you can remove Collected Conjuring. You can't remove the sorceries, so you'd have to remove like Arclight Phoenix or Crackling Drake and play in a utility slot, and then you'd have to have a way to win the game. So that's just something to keep in mind. That doesn't mean that that's a bad plan to do it that way. I think it sounds sweet. Being able to collect a Conjuring at instant speed definitely would make it way more powerful. But as you're building that, keep it in mind, you do need the critical mass of sorceries, or else you're only hitting 1, and if you only hit 1, Collected Conjuring is not a very good card. Carl, sorry, welcome to the Fishbowl, and we got a new donation. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. A new donation from Viceroy Hurricanes, $20 donation. Hey Seth, I've been dealing with a lot of heavy personal issues, and your relentless optimism and enthusiasm has been one of the few bright spots in my day. Thank you for the joy and the entertainment. Cheers. Well, Viceroy Hurricane, thank you for the so many conjurings. Thank you for the kind words, and I hope things get better. Life is weird. Sometimes life can be rough in Blood Sky Berserker. Sometimes life can be rough and hard in all that stuff. So I hope things get less heavy for you. And if I can be any small help. Oh, what did I say, Carly? My apologies. We'll discard the Arclight Phoenix. That's probably a good thing, actually. Blood Sky Berserker. Sometimes life can be Blood Sky Berserker. That does sound like something I'd say. I think I just did say that. Well, let's see. Invade the city. Beacon Bolt. Ha-ha. Build us a 3/3. See, there's some synergy. Maybe. What about more Invade the Cities? Like, is Invade the City, should we just be playing more of them? That is one of the few ways we can actually make a creature with Collected Conjuring. Maybe? Oh, Chemist, I hope things get better for you, too. Maybe that would be worth it. About it. Oh, I don't know if there is a better creature sorcery, honestly. I think that might be peak creature sorcerying. Oh, we're just going to go for it. We don't have any fear. We're going to conjure. We're about due for a whiff, I'm afraid. Oh, that's... Well, or we can draw 2 See the Truce and draw 6 cards. I do enjoy drawing cards. Ooh, new hand achieved. Not a great hand, but it is a new hand. Land. Sneaky self-thoughtseize. Get that Arclight in the graveyard. Get it back. Smack ya. Yeah, alright, opponent. It's on you. We could have discarded a hand size next turn, but we wouldn't have got it. We wouldn't have got it back this turn, right? Opponent blocks, sacks, village rights, draws, takes their Arclight beats down to 5, and we're conjuring them. We're conjuring them. It's actually working. Please don't kill us. Stitcher Supplier, Mills. I mean, we got lethal. Oh, it's a Death Shadow deck. We got lethal in the air. Okay, sure. They need to exile. That's not going to get it done. It's coming back. We just drew 6. Opponent hits us to 10. Yeah, well, chart. Uh-oh, wait. Is that going to get it done? It might get it done. On second thought. Well, chart a course. Discard a land. Ugh. Beacon Bolt. Kill the Bloods guy. Tap land. So, wait, what happens here? Oh! Okay. I was worried about a hasty Croxa, but maybe we don't need to worry about it. What is good in Anthology? Death Shadow seems to be the card that is seeing the most play. So, Death Shadow number 1. That was a win. That was an actual win. Death Shadow, we'll see. I think Death Shadow has a chance. I think Thraben Inspector is a legitimately good card. And that will see play. I would be very surprised if that didn't see play. Maybe we want some graveyard hate in this deck. So we run it back. Oh, there's no 3-mana land destruction in existence, unfortunately, in Historic. Yeah, I was worried about hasty Croxa, but has anyone lived the dream and donated Demonic back? So we're not playing Harmless Offering tonight because it was the winning card for next week's Against the Odds. So it is coming. It is coming for Against Odds next week. So we're waiting on that one. Well, let's get our opponent back a bit. You thought sees us, will ya? Claim the Firstborn's pretty bad. Claim the Firstborn's very close to dead. I guess I can hasten a Death Shadow. Opponent's at 15? Death Shadow matchups are really tricky. Will we see budget Magic this week? So I don't think so with how stuff worked out. Had a bit of an editing issue, and then there's been something going up every day. So I think it's just gonna get back on track with next week's episode. We'll take the claim. Opponent getting impatient over there. Opponent. Thought seizes. These Drakes are going to be a minute away with us having a swamp. Blood Crypt tapped. Go. We need a collected Conjuring. Soul Guide land. Ooh. Oh, no. That's not good for us. Opponent passes. Well, we're slowly working towards a Crackling Drake, perhaps. Yeah, sorry about that, Mike. I had one done, but there was some editing issues and computer issues, so I think rather than just like throwing it up at the same time as another video, I'm just gonna put it up next Monday. It's a modern deck, so I don't think that there's too much of a timeliness issue with it going up next week instead of this week. Alright, discard a land. I mean, I guess next turn we need to start casting Crackling Drakes. Whether or not Crackling Drakes are going to be enough here, that's another question. We have to run many lands. Opponent finds a land. Fair. I'm not sure what Roiling Vortex is doing against us, but red, red, blue, blue. Well, Crackles draws us a card. Crackles also gets around the graveyard hate, which is nice. That is one of the biggest upsides to Crackles. I guess Rolling Vortex is a kind of a cute way to lower, for our opponent to lower their own life total. Blood Sky Berserker. And a Death Shadow. Wow, alright. I guess our opponent wants to mill some stuff. Sure. Long Nap! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 2 years. That is very impressive. Thank you so much. Well, kill you. Kill you. Land. Crackling Drake. Oh, collected Conjuring. You know what? We're going to take 10. It is totally worth it. I mean, I just didn't think that anyone would possibly, like, could anyone possibly be scared enough? The part that didn't connect with my brain is, can anyone possibly be scared enough of collecting Conjuring to be sideboarding and hate cards? Is it really possible that anyone's like, whoa, I better bring in some hate for that. That's gonna get me. Actually, hilariously, we are kind of randomly winning. Maybe this deck's not that bad. Cloudy Music, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, what are we? 2-1 with this deck? That's actually not bad. One more match with this, and then we will try Paradoxical Outcome for our last deck tonight. Oh, Menace Berserkers. Yeah, I remember that from like release day, Tailspinner. I haven't revisited it since release day, but it definitely is a fun tribal idea. You know, tap and go. No Conjuring yet, but we'll find it. Yeah, Handleys. I think everyone's having issues with it. Except for us. I don't know why. Apparently, maybe we got logged in early enough before the problem started. But yes, basically everyone has been saying they can't log in, or they were logged in and got booted. So yeah, they're having issues with Arena tonight. Bonehead Explorers. How'd Death Shadow go? Death Shadow was fine. I'm not sure what the best build is. We've seen a lot of different builds, and I'm not sure which one is. Ooh, Elementals, eh? And I'm not sure which build is the best. We played Rakdos in Mono Black. We've also seen Mardu. People have been talking about Grixis. It feels powerful, but also a little bit. Ooh, Conjuring. We're just gonna spin it to win it. We gotta spin it to win it. Hopefully we hit a way to kill Risen Reef. We should. Bloodchief's Thirst. Oh no. Wow. Alright. Well, we get to draw some cards. That's good. That's something. That we didn't get to cast 2 spells, so we didn't get to get back our Arc Lights. Oh, Red Winner! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that was a smidge awkward. Just a tiny bit. Opponent. Dude Blade's an instant, though. That's a problem. So is Fatal Push. And we can't really play instants. Well, kill Risen Reef. Cycles of Triome. Thought sees you. Oh, I'm glad we cast that. I was wondering if we should or not, and I'm glad we did. Oh. Okay, so. Thought sees ourselves. See the truth. That doesn't work. Alright, so. Well, let's just do this. Steam Vents untapped. Crackles. Draw a card. Yeah. We got Invade the Cities for days. Yeah, we need collecting Conjuring, but for interrupts. Phone it. Gonna kill Crackles, and we'll kill Chandra. I'll play the land. This doesn't hit Planeswalkers, right? Creatures. I guess that was a little bit early. That was Guilds of Ravnica. That was like a set before we hit Power Creep Central. Well, all right, Conjuring. Pass the turn. Next turn we get to do it again. We need it. So what we need to make this deck good is, and don't laugh, we need a sorcery speed counter spell. That's the missing piece of the puzzle. The mythical sorcery speed counter spell. I guess we thought Z's our opponent. They probably have nothing, but yeah. So that's spell 1. That's spell 2. That lets us discard an Arclight Phoenix. That lets us play this land, invade the city. Casual 11/11 zombie. Hilariously, this deck has worked way better than. I think this actually has worked better than our Death Shadow decks, which is not expected. So we're building around Collected Conjuring, which is essentially Collected Company, but only for sorceries. So we basically have to play all sorceries and then a couple of finishers to make the deck do what it's wanting to do. So yeah, that's why we're in the all sorcery land. It's actually worked though. Yeah, I mean, you could play Leylight of Anticipation, which would be sweet, but I don't know how to make it fit. Like, that's the problem with Collected Conjuring, is finding room for it. Because the math, I think we've looked at this before. The math for Collected Company hits, so let's say, or Collected Conjuring, same thing. So our deck has 26 hits. You get to look at 6 cards. We will hit 2 about 80% of the time, 82% of the time, which that's not bad. But if you go down to, like, let's say 22, let's say we took out a playset of sorceries, then we're down to 72. So roughly 1 out of every 3 Collected Conjurings is only going to give us 1 card. And then our odds of whiffing, if we go down to 22, still like 5%, which isn't that bad, but that's also not super good. And then if you go down another step to like 18, then you're up to 10% with 2, 50-50 roughly to hit 2. So, So that's kind of the numbers that you're working with it. Mystic Denial is a sorcery speed counter spell. Is it I'm going to have to look it up now. I'm going to have to look it up. Whatever, we'll cut that. Mystic Denial. Mystic Denial. Play Mystic. Hey, it is a sorcery. Play Mystic Denial only in response to another player playing a summon spell or sorcery spell. The card has no effect, and that player puts it in his or her discard pile. Yeah, that's some weird. Portal was a weird set with just how they worded things. I don't think there were any instants in Portal. It was kind of like Magic was trying to be Hearthstone before Hearthstone, and they wanted to get rid of all the instants, but then they still had instants. They just called them sorceries and then put like bonus little instant text on them, like, hey, you can cast it at any time. Yeah, it's probably been updated at this point. Oh, so, okay, chat, question for you old timers. Uh, what is the difference between an instant and an interrupt? Yucky! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I started playing after the interrupt era, so I actually am not 100% sure what the difference between instant or interrupt is. Interrupts happen so is it sort of like split second-y? Like how does it happen faster? Like what does that look like at the stack? So like if you cast a counter spell and then your opponent interrupts, I don't understand. They're faster. They're faster. Oh, there was no stack at the time. Okay, I guess that makes a bit more sense if there was no stack. Let's just kill the ramp, I guess. Leafkin, Deadkin. Setting up for our beautiful, beautiful collected Conjuring. Interrupts always resolve first. Oh, so that is a little bit. So it actually is a little bit like split second, essentially. Or somewhat. Huh. So then, I assume that was no longer necessary once they added the stack. You cast your instants in a batch that resolve in a particular order. Oh my goodness. I feel blessed that I am a stack era zoomer, I guess, when it comes to Magic. I could not imagine. I didn't play in the pre-stack era. I could not imagine playing without a stack. My brain cannot even comprehend what that would be like, honestly. Yeah, I guess I'm a stacker. Stacking off. Oh. What? We may or may not make it through the stream. It's going to be close. You know what? Let's just spin it. Conjuring. Oh my goodness. Well, okay. There's all of our phoenixes. This is fine, though. We Doomfall. We do know all of our phoenixes are at the very bottom, which is awkward. We will discard a land. Play a land. Phoenix to the face. Hit ya down to 15. Oh, hey, what's up, Ba? We are, at the moment, collected Conjuring. Whoa, another one. All right, let's do it again. Oh, boy. All right, that wasn't a good one. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. That is a handful of broken cards. Okay. That's a concern. Say the truth. Well, let's do it again next turn. See, that was, even with having 26 hits, we still basically whiffed there. Sending you a message on here with something I wrote up years ago that might help explain some of the ancient rules. Oh, thank you, Mindstab. I appreciate it. Well, let's name Elemental. Invade. Invade the City has actually been good. We might actually be able to play more Invade the Cities. Invade the City is like a huge creature that we can hit. Actually seems worth it. Yeah, those look like good updates, Jank Jesus. I like the increase of menacing. What do you think of the zombie cat pet? I honestly don't really care about pets. At least the ones that they put out so far. There aren't any that I've really especially cared about. Haha. Only hit one, but it is a lethal one. Okay, so we're gonna try the other deck, but I will say I am actually kind of shocked that this deck worked. Like, I don't know. I mean, we could cast the Beacon Bolt too, but we're a collected Conjuring deck. Yeah, I will say this deck surprised me. I built it this afternoon. I didn't get a chance to play it before now. I would say it's more effective than I expected. I thought it was going to be disastrous as far as actually competing, but be kind of funny. The only thing I would say is, if you mess around with the archetype, to reiterate, Tigurus! Welcome to the Fishbowl, and Al Fatty out gift subs to IRE Shoppy, Black Lobster, Ming the Weeb. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So, if you're going to add stuff to the deck, or make changes, more Invade the Cities actually seem good. That card overperformed. Probably worth it. The only other thing, as I mentioned before, we looked at the numbers. You got Collected Company. You got about 8 utility slots that you can play whatever you want. Doesn't got to be Arclight, doesn't got to be Crackling Drake, although they felt good. Arclight is maybe the most synergistic thing in Historic, I think, with Collected Company as far as finishers. But if you do decide to mess around with it, just all I would say is don't cut a bunch of cheap sorceries and play a bunch of other stuff. Cut the utility cards, or else you're gonna fizzle way too much. We already had, even with 26 hits, we already had some one-hitters, which is not ideal, but we powered through and actually went 3-1 with the deck. Yeah, Sprite Drake is one of those cards, like, Sprite Drake would be sweet in the deck. I could definitely see that, but what do you cut for it? Like, that's the issue. If you think of it that way, that you have 8 utility slots, is it worth cutting Crackling Drake or Arclight to play Sprite Dragon? Is it worth having your collected Conjurings hit one card more often to play Sprite Dragon? That's the weird, like, mathy aspects of it, I think. Are we going to try Hamza or no? We'll see. I think we got to try Paradoxical Outcome next, because that one a lot of people asked about. Whether or not we get to Hamza or not, we might have to do Hamza next stream, possibly. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But next up is Paradoxical Outcome combo. So if you haven't seen this deck, Cade Sliver, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So if you haven't seen this, this is based on an old standard deck. Hamza does look fun. I mean, maybe we'll get to it. If we don't get to it tonight, Jank Jesus and Bettymon, I promise you that we will get to it in the future. It is a deck we will play, so I won't just let it go by the wayside, even if we don't get to it tonight. Dan Wildfire, hey, what's up, Doug? The main guy I was telling you about just got to April 99, which is when 6th edition came out. That was when the stack was introduced and mana sources and interrupts became instant. Maybe I gotta do that manga just to learn my Magic history better. That's super cool. Thank you so much for the donation. Alright, so this deck. What's going on with this deck? This is a combo deck. What is this deck trying to do? The idea of this deck is simple. Inspiring Statuary, that is our key new card. That is the card we're missing in this deck. It's based on a standard combo. What we're trying to do is play Inspiring Statuary to make our non-artifact spells cheap by improvise. We have a ton of cheap artifacts: Mox Ambers, Ornithopters, Tormod Crypts, Grafdigger Skates, Renegade Maps, Prophetic Prisms. All of these cards just put artifacts on the battlefield, because what we're trying to set up is several artifacts on the battlefield, tap them to cast Paradoxical Outcome for 1 mana, pick up all of our stuff, draw a ton of cards, recast all of our cards, maybe do that multiple times, and then the big payoff is eventually 2 mana Flood of Tears, bouncing everything and allowing us to put Aetherflux Reservoir into play for free. Aetherflux Reservoir then allows us to just recast all of our free stuff and burn our opponent out, essentially. Storm them out with Aetherflux Reservoir. So that is a plan of the deck. No Emeries currently. I don't know. I think Emery is a card that I was kind of going back and forth on with Thirst for Knowledge. I don't know if it's better to have Emery or if it's better to have Thirst for Knowledge. I'm really not sure which is better. Is Buried Ruin in the format? Buried Ruin would be worth considering at least. Yeah, we'll add a couple. Something like that. All right, let's give it a go and see. You think Emery's better? But Emery just dies. Like, that's kind of the problem. Is Emery just gets killed? Thirst for Knowledge. So if you look at this deck, here's the thing about the deck. We need 4K seems like a lot. Well, we just want random artifacts on the battlefield. So we kind of get to play those as just like a free bonus, because we just need cheap artifacts on the battlefield. So here's the thing. If with this deck, what we need is primarily Paradoxical Outcome. So my concern with Emery is Thirst for Knowledge can dig us for Paradoxical Outcome. Emery just digs us for random artifacts, which we do want random artifacts, but the card that really makes the deck work is Paradoxical Outcome and also Flood of Tears and probably Inspiring Statuary. Like, those are the three big ones, and Emery only gets Inspiring Statuary out of those three. So that would be my concern, just because Paradoxical Outcome and the few blue cards we have are so important. Conflicts Wide, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, Emery just being a value card is probably fine. The other one is like Glitness Crane potentially is a little Emery-esque that doesn't need to stick on the battlefield for a turn. Well, all right, we got payoffs. We'll see. Some matchups, Grafdigger's Cage is just a good card. We do not have Inspiring Statuary, and gonna need another blue source eventually, but, well, Grafdigger's Cage you go. Yeah, so this deck, it's really sweet when it goes off, but I'm a little worried about Thoughtseizes in interaction. Thoughtseize and counter spells. Ooh, Toolcraft Exemplar. Thoughtseize and counter spells are really good against what we're trying to... Oh, boy. If we can draw land, we got a shot. We found the Inspiring Statuary. If we can find a land, we can get out Inspiring Statuary and start drawing cards with Paradoxical Outcome. About it. The clock is fast. Land, please? That's a land. All right. Well, there's hope. Pass the turn. Now we want more cheap artifacts. More cheap artifacts. Flood of Tears might be able to slow our opponent down. Emery must be good because it's for Valdrain. I mean, pretty much. I mean, Emery is an insane card. That is, there's no doubt about it. Emery's a very good card. Whether or not Emery is like, I don't know. I think Emery would be fine in this deck. I don't think Emery would be bad in the deck. How to make it fit, or what to cut for it, or if it's better than Thirst for Knowledge, that I'm not 100% sure on, but about it. Hits us for $1.5 million. Reservoir, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're like one short of doing anything, but the problem is, oh yeah, I think we're just done. So we can Flood of Tears, but then we lose. I guess we can do like a really sad little Paradox Outcome. Not good. Not good at all. Tap, tap, tap. Draw 2. Yeah, trample. If our opponent didn't have trample, we'd have a chance. Yeah. Well, Ornithopter. Yeah, we're dead to Hardicurin. All right, well, on to game 2. Nesmith for the 51st month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Deck's also not very good against aggro. Aggro can just run it over, and we don't really have great options for it. We have a bunch of stuff to fight through control, but not a ton that's just like, answer your random dork. Alright, run it like that. One more sigh. Yeah, the improvise information is pretty sweet. Will Smuggler's Copter forever be banned? Probably. Why not play Reservoir, then Flood, then 2 more Ornithopters? We didn't have the mana to play Reservoir. Inspiring Statuary only makes mana for non-artifacts, unfortunately. If it made it for artifacts too, it'd be absurd. But yeah, it only makes mana for non-artifacts. So I believe we were a mana short from just casting it. Now, Zalfrin Void. We're going to keep Psy and hope we draw land. We have another new donation. Thank you so much, everyone. Carly Ciari. Hey, Seth. Why do you think Nissa of the Shadow Bow hasn't seen any play? Maybe I'm just salty because she was my pre-release promo. Well, Carly, thank you so much for the donation. Definitely very much appreciate it. So, Nissa's a card that we really need a land. Even just this Sai making tokens would be nice. So I think this is a card that has potential to see play in the future. I think it's a Planeswalker that in the right shell it can be good. And it's actually a not like this. It's actually a Planeswalker that I would keep my eye out on for when Strixhaven comes out. Because Wizards kind of already hinted at the Golgari College being about graveyard stuff and like self-mill. And I think that is where Nissa would be at her best. If we can get a graveyardy themed Golgari deck, Nissa with her like reanimation ability, landfall ability, like I think Nissa could have a home in that deck. So, well, that was disappointing. So yeah, I think just wait a little bit. I think right now there's not really a graveyard deck for her, and we also have some just insane 4-drops. Like, the other part of Nissa's problem is, like, Questing Beast exists in cards like that, and it's a little tough to, in just a generic deck that doesn't care about, like, the graveyard or some of the things Nissa does really well, but in just, like, a generic deck, it's tough to be like, oh, I'm going to play this Nissa who, in a couple turns, can do something, or like makes a 3/3 with one of my lands that might die, when you could just be like, oh, Questing Beast has 100 line attack, smash your face or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of the other issue. But I do think if we get a graveyard theme in Strixhaven, which apparently we are, then Nissa is probably in the conversation for that, because I think it has the power to compete in the right shell. Yeah, Arena's been having some issues tonight. We've been super lucky. We've been able to go through the whole stream without having any major issues, but yeah, the servers are having all kinds of issues. That is a sigh. The other thing about this deck is it only has 18 lands, which is tough. I wonder if oh no, aggro again. I wonder if Seagate Restoration would be worth considering. Well, we probably just got a Renegade map. Renegade map, go. Next turn we can Sigh and make a Thopter. I mean, it's 18 lands and there are 4 Renegade maps, so it's kind of a little bit like 22 with some slow lands, but Bona gets and hits us. Another donation. Ooh. All right, play the land, play Sigh. Play Ornithopter, make a token. Now what, red 1-drops? What do you do now in the face of an Ornithopter? Team Sinzo, $5 donation. Hey man, ordered your updated turn 2 token deck from Card Kingdom for Boddard. Since Simeon Spirit Guide was banned, since I opted to replace him with Manamorphose for Storm Triggers, recommend anything for the main board because I put Blood Moons from the main into the sideboard. Thanks. Oh well, I'm glad you got the deck. That deck can be so explosive. I haven't tried it since Simeon Spirit Guide was gone. I don't know how problematic not having the fast mana will be, but yeah. What else would I add? Manamorphose, I think, is a perfect addition. That sounds like a very good idea. Well, thop. And opponent scoops it up? Okay. Well, we didn't combo off. Our opponent just got mana screwed, but that's something. And I'm probably bringing another Sigh. Yeah, bring in a Sigh and pray real hard. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head, Sinzo. But thank you so much for the donation. If I think of anything, I'll let you know. But Manamorphose does seem good. What is a combo for this deck? So the deck is trying to play Inspiring Statuary. So we can cast things like, specifically Paradoxical Outcome, but also Flood of Tears for 1 and 2 mana instead of 4 and 6 mana, and then you can play a bunch of cheap artifacts, bounce them all back to your hand. Eventually, what you want to do is Flood of Tears to put an Aetherflux Reservoir into play, and then you get to cast all your free spells again and like storm off essentially and win with Aetherflux Reservoir. a little bit convoluted, but it's kind of like mono blue paradoxical outcome artifact storm, I guess. I would say. Jeez. How greedy are we? Etherflux seems great. 18 lands. Renegade Map. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. Ooh, and we are rewarded by the magic gods with a land. Well, that's good, because that lets us Prophetic Prism, which hopefully finds us a land, so we can Statuary Sigh go off. Oh, no. Steals Paradoxical Outcome. I don't Prophetic Prism. Land. Ooh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, if our opponent steals a land here, I'm going to be disappointed. We need the land. We need the land. Opponent. Faceless Haven. Oh, you really need a land. Bonded Courier. Fervent Champion goes attacking. Oh, that was the land we needed. Oh, we still got it. Okay. That's good. So now we get to play a land. We get to play Sigh. We get to play Mox Amber. Grafdigger's Cage. Pass the turn. Actually have a bit of defense. Could still get Cleave, but that helps. That helps. That's what we needed. Yeah, except for our lands. Hilariously, our opponent's best hit is just hitting our lands, I think. About it. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Attacks. Steals another land. Oh, block. Block, block. Take our beats, kill some stuff, untap. Ornithopter. Inspiring Statuary. Pass the turn. Next turn's the turn. Next turn's the turn. Faceless Haven is everything. It is all, it's like a Mutavault. It is all creature types. Well, we got a shot. Opponent. Opponent. Come on now. Let us have our fun, opponent. Discard and... Oh, we needed that. Discard, discard. Alright, opponent. Mutavault's probably too good for Historic on... Oh, boy, if we had our... Alright, well, we gotta do it this way then. Reservoir. Hit you with a Thopter. Pass the turn. Oh, we have all the combo pieces, if only our opponent didn't have that Abrade. Oh! All the Abrades! Opponent. Ha-ha. All the reservoirs. Alright, we'll get a little more aggressive. Smack you a bit. If they have third Abrade, if they have the third Abrade. About it. Land. Chandra. Sure. Not an Abrade. Killsai.
Time to toast your marshmallows.
Aggressive attack. Well, let's gain some life. Oh my goodness, Statuary. Oh. Alright, well, we're set up for next turn. Statuary, gain a life. Chandra. Chandra. Stay on defense. Next turn's a turn where we can try to go for it. Voted. Ferocidon. Ferocidon's fine. That doesn't matter. I forgot we're gonna be bouncing it anyway. Steals. Boy, opponent's really good at stealing our paradoxical outcomes. Block, block, block. Well, 1, 2. Flood of Tears. Actually, I guess we can attack first. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Can't use our Mox Amber. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if we thirst first. Or if we save the mana for after. One, two, three, four. Alright, we'll thirst. Let's thirst and see if we can hit more 0-drops. We hit a Sigh. Oh, discard Renegade Map. One, two, three. Play this. One, two, three, four. How do we beat this Ferocidon though? Oh, this would be so sweet if they didn't have Ferocidon. So many hate cards. Alright, pass the turn. Next turn is the turn we're going to try to win. Opponent plays a land. Faceless Haven, sure. Goes to combat. Attacks. Pumps the dork. We will block, block, block. Paradoxical Outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick them up. Draw some cards. I mean, if they got Cleave, then we cry. No life because of Ferocidon. I know a lot of people have strong opinions about your voice. I have a rescue dog that is afraid of thunder. The first storm I had him, he was freaking out at 3 a.m., and I put out one of your streams, and it calmed him down, so at least some dogs find it soothing. Well, I will tell your dog thank you. I very much appreciate that. Alright, so we have to get rid of the Ferocidon. Mox Amber. We also have to not die to Ferocidon. Tap it for mana. One, two. Yeah, I think Flood is good enough. So bounce everything. Put Reservoir back into play. Ornithopter. Now we actually gain life. Tormod's Crypt. Gain life. Up to 12. Ornithopter. Gain life. Up to 17. Mox Amber. Gain life. Are we going to end up short? We probably are. Oh, if we had one more land, Prophetic Prism, gain life. Up to 30. Oh, there's a land. Graftinger's Cage. Up to 38. Box ever. Oh, 47. You can scoop if you want. Yeah, that's all we got, opponent. 47. I mean, I don't know how our opponent's gonna kill us now. Like, opponent's on mono red and we're at 47. So, I mean, I think we're long term. I think we're fine. But opponent gonna play some dorks. Oh, I mean, our opponent got in a lot of damage. We were pretty close to being dead. Oh my goodness. Oh, I guess that does it, doesn't it? Inspiring Statuary. I don't even think our opponent wants to live, because I could have played... Because our opponent could have played this Ferocidon, but they chose not to. Yeah, I think our opponent's being nice. Well, I appreciate that opponent. Playing a land. Tormod's Crypt. We just gotta be high enough on life that we don't die to some random burn spell. We're not gonna rub it in, but we gotta get out of lightning strike range. Okay. Kill ya. Hey! Well, thank you, opponent. That was nice of you to let us combo off. And that's a win! That's a win! Oh. I mean, we just had the win there. Yeah, our opponent, I think, was being a little nice to us there. All right, let's do one more. Well, do we go out on top? Do we go with a win? We'll do one more. Let's do one more match. It would be nice to go out with a win, but let's do one more match. We'll try one more combo match, and then I'll probably wrap it up. And then we will play the +1/+1 counter deck last week. Yeah, I mean, the deck's super fun. The deck it's really cool. It struggles against counter spells and thought seizes, so I think that keeps it in check from being, like, really strong. But it is really neat the way it works and plays, and it is fun. Hamza next week. I will make sure we get to it, because I know some people want to see it, and we'll probably do some more Historic Jank as well. And like I said, we have a harmless offering coming for against odds, so... Oh boy. Aggro and counters? Flutter Tears to the bottom for now. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I feel like even though this Historic Anthology, I don't think is one of the most powerful ones, it still has added some cool cards. Inspiring Statuary is sweet. Death Shadow, apparently everyone is playing. So many people seem to be trying Death Shadow at the moment. But it seems reasonable. A Renegade map, go. Ooh, I think I have a new Historic deck. Check out the snow cards. Ooh, do you have a list, ProSloth? Whir is not in the format. Wait, was it? Actually, no, Whir is in the format. I think it's in the format. It had to be in Kaladesh Remastered, right? There's no way they could have not put that in Kaladesh Remastered. So yes, it is. It might be worth considering a copy or two. Mostly to find Inspiring Statuary, I would say. Well, land's not bad. Play a land. Mox Amber, bottom. Ornithopter. Well, I mean, we get to Paradoxical Outcome everything back if they don't have a counter. Block, Paradoxical Outcome, and hope. Hope for the best. You can send me a link in the chat, or you can email it to me, sarvadolov@mtggoldfish.com. Either one works. Whatever is easiest for you. Would Magic have died if MTGA wasn't out during the pandemic? I mean, it's definitely been nice that MTGA has been out during the pandemic, but would Magic have died? I kind of doubt it. I don't think so. I mean, would it have had its best year ever as far as how much money it made? No, almost certainly not. But would it have actually like ceased to exist? I don't think so. Like the old timers would still be playing Moto and waiting for paper events to come back. I mean, that wasn't the worst turn. I don't know if this is going to get us out of this aggressive Bernie start our opponents on with Dreadhorde Arcanist, but that was not a bad turn with Sai. Plus, there's Commander and Spell Table. Thank you, opponent. Yeah, there's actually a big Moto tournament this weekend. If you're looking for Magic to watch, there actually is a big event with it's the Magic Online, one of the Magic Online Championship events, and it's Modern and Vintage Cube, which is two of the more interesting formats. We haven't had competitive Modern, like actually with a broadcast and like Twitch support in a while. That's kind of interesting. I'll play the land, hit ya. Flood of Tears. Pick him up. Replay Sai. Ornithopter. Ornithopter. Mox Amber. Renegade Map. Renegade Map. I feel like this is instant replay. Like, we just did this. About it. We're doing this on hard mode, too, without having, without having access to Inspiring Statuary. Sprite Dragon, Soulscar Mage. Let's Thirst. Oh boy. Oh boy. Discard a map. Play a map. Play a land. Okay. Well, we got a plan. And that plan is survive this turn, pick up our stuff, play Reservoir, and win it the old-fashioned way. If our opponent has a counter, that's probably going to beat us. But if our opponent doesn't have a... Or maybe it doesn't beat us. I don't even know. But we might be able to combo off without having any cheaty mana. I was wondering what would be a fun Rakdos Commander. Ooh, I think Blim is one of the more unique ones we've seen in a long time. Blim is really fun. What else? Rakdos, I think, is pretty fun if you like the demon theme. Zancha's unique. Oh boy. All right. I think it's gonna be combo time. Opponent, bring it if you want. We are fine with that. Psycho Smurf for the 53rd month. Thank you so much. Been playing Mardu and Munner for 4 years now. Planning on building a new deck. Soon, can you spot the combo? Ooh, well, welcome back to the Fishbowl, Psycho Smurf. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. So we will block. And, Paradoxical Outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick them up. Draw some cards. Play a land. Play Reservoir. And Ornithopter. And Mox Amber. Yes, and Renegade map. Can we get to 50 this time? And Renegade map. And Renegade map. I think the answer is going to be no, not quite. And Prophetic Prism. Well, again, a little short of lethal. But... Oh, wait. Still going. Wait. Just got there. We had to draw that Tormod's Crypt, but that Tormod's Crypt gave us just enough. Yeah, that is as exact seas as it gets. Orb aggro. Ooh. Oh, wait. Arena, are you dying? We might need to find a better sideboard plan for aggro, because we really don't have much. We're just kind of YOLOing it into aggro, which probably isn't great. What is the combo? Oh, 2 Fate Stitchers? 2 Fate Stitchers, infinite untap with Mesmeric Orb to mill the entire deck. That's a sweet idea. Shadrana, handing out a bunch of gift subs to Conrad the Grim, the Hired Good, Greens and Greens, a Violent Man, and Caesar. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Did I get there? Shadrana? We got there. It only took, I don't know how many streams, but it happened. I apologize it didn't happen earlier, but we got there. We did it. It's weird I'm getting Twitch ads for Goldfish Crackers. That is pretty weird. I should talk to Richard. That would probably be the perfect sponsorship for the site. Even though okay, so we haven't added many unpopular opinions today. We haven't got to talk about movies that I enjoy that no one else likes or anything like that. So, even though we're in our last match, we can't go through the whole stream without some opinion like that. Goldfish Crackers are the worst. Oh my god. They're the literal worst. Who in the world? Ugh. They're so like cheddary and I hate Goldfish Crackers. Actual goldfish, I have limited experience with actual goldfish. My one actual real life goldfish experience is when I was a little kid. I went to this local carnival and it had a game where you had to try to throw a ping pong ball into a whole bunch of fish tanks, and if you made it, they would give you the fish, which I don't even know if that's legal anymore. The poor fish, I'm sure, were not having the best life that a goldfish had ever lived, riding around from town to town in carnival fish bowls. But I actually made one, so I won the goldfish, and I think it lived for 2 days, maybe not even 2 days, and then I was just absolutely heartbroken when my parents flushed it down the toilet because it died. So that's my actual IRL goldfish experience. That is the extent of it. Running in map go. Adriano is from Brazil, I believe. I don't know. Beyond Brazil, I don't know anything more specific than that. I've worked that game before for the carnival. We don't take the fish with us. Oh, that makes more sense. I imagine poor little fish going from town to town in the back of a wobbly truck with their bowls water spilling out and so forth. I missed a donation. That's not good. I'm sorry. Zerdira, $5 donation. Hey Seth, I didn't realize I was playing you till halfway through the match. Love your videos. Also wanted you to combo off when I knew it was over. Oh well, I appreciate it. We figured that's what was happening when we saw that you could have replayed the life gain hate, but you chose not to. We figured that you were being nice and letting us combo, so very much appreciate it. Letting us actually go off. Well, play our free stuff. we play a land this turn? I'm going to say, I don't think we did. You got too mad about goldfish crack. I mean, if you like goldfish crackers, that's fine. Nothing. I mean, I know I have weird taste, but wait, what? I think I was ranting so much. Do y'all actually like it? Do you actually like goldfish crackers? No, like really like them. Like now in the current stage of your life, not in the like, oh, when I was 3, I accepted them. Okay, see, Aracalypse. High five. High five. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who strongly dislikes goldfish crackers. It's weird because I like macaroni and cheese. Like cheese flavored stuff is fine, but for some reason, goldfish crackers are not. Well, let's do some chumping. Block. I feel like this is unlikely to work with a Adliz and all this prowess stuff. Like, unless our opponent has no spells. Alright, so opponent does have spells. We're going to lose our Psy, which is obnoxious. Yeah. Many things die. A lot harder to combo off without Inspiring Statuary. Well. Yeah, we're just kind of spinning our wheels. Pick everything up, draw a ton of cards. Play a land, Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt. Grafdigger's Cage. Ornithopter. Mox Amber. Pass the turn, I guess. Do we even get another turn here? I mean, if we can untap Inspiring Statuary, Paradoxical Outcome, draw into... So let's see. If they have one spell, we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I guess this is more threatening. Alright. Well, if we die, we die. If we chump with our Ornithopter, it makes it harder to win next turn. Yeah, Mox doesn't do anything until we draw Psy. Boot it. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have blocked with this Psy. Opponent, Wizards lightning our face, so now we're certainly dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, that is the downside of this deck. Because it's mono blue, and it is pretty much a glass cannon combo deck. So you're kind of hoping not to die, and when you run into those really aggro decks, it's tough. You need a really good draw for it to come together. We got to make I mean, we either need a really good draw, or we need our opponent to have a really bad draw. One or the other. One or the other. Alright, we'll play first. Well, that's a really bad draw. Well, we got Inspiring Statuary. That's a something. Alright. Well, that's a start. That's a start. We can find more things to go with it, and then perhaps we will end up in business. Ooh, Meryl Age Fling would be funny. Yeah, we'll put a land to the bottom. Be a little greedy. Oh, we're not. This is not a Merit Age deck, but that'll get us land eventually. But we will play one in the future, I'm sure. I'm not so worried about flinging at the opponent. What I'm worried about is claim the firstborn on it. That seems so brutal. But, Alright, run stuff out. Pass the turn. So we're going to need to find Paradoxical Outcome. That's what we need. Paradoxical Outcome to draw a bunch of cards. We got the Statuary. If we can find it, we got a shot. Booted. Get you, Lava Runner hits us. Well, Thirst for Knowledge is decent. Oh, crack the map. Get an island. Play it. Inspiring Statuary. So Thirst can dig for our combo pieces at least. Pass the turn. Maybe we should include an extra turn spell. Nexus would be sweet if it was a thing still. We draw an island. Well, okay. Thirst for Knowledge. Tap tap. Go dig it. Discard Tormod's Crypt. Berry Druid. Sigh. Mox Amber. Ornithopter. Go. Okay, we got some defense. Oh man, if we can actually... Yeah, Hour's Epiphany would be fine. Single blue from Nexus would be helpful. That would actually be the biggest upside. Just because having less blue mana, the less blue mana, the easier it is to pay with Inspiring Statuary. About it. Untap land, Atlas. More lands. More lands, not helpful. Oh, island, go. Alright. Opponent needs to have like 4 Atlases in hand and we're good. Yeah, I think it's better to activate Psy after we block. So opponent attacks. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's tough. Oh, we're drawing many of our 18 lands. Many of our 18 lands are currently in hand. Oh. We found the paradoxical outcome, but our board has been sacrificed away, so we don't really have any resources to bounce and draw with. And we're dead on board. Oh, another statuary. Yeah, I think that does it. 1, 2, 3. Megathopter. Draw 2. 2 is not many though. Yeah, we needed more things on the battlefield. We just flooded out this game. Yeah, alright. So, I mean, that's kind of the drawback. We got to see the insane, like, combo turns and what the deck could do. On the other hand, you got to keep a big board. You got to not get countered. You got to not get aggroed. So that is kind of asking for a lot of things to go right at the same time. But... I mean, that's new historic. That's new historic. That has been our stream for today. So, what do we learn tonight? Dash Shadow, people are playing it like crazy. If you play some historic, expect to play Dash Shadow. I have no idea if Abzan or Gruul or... Actually, probably not Abzan or Gruul, but I don't have any idea if it's going to be Grixis or Orzhov or Mardu or Rakdos or Mono Black that ends up on top, but people are going to play it. Collecting Conjuring went way better than expected, and I got to say that we didn't do that badly with Paradoxical Outcome either, even though a little bit inconsistent but super fun. So, reminders on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you'd find the old streams. Normal YouTube. Check out tomorrow's Munch Brew. It is a sweet one in Modern. You're going to like it. And one more reminder, their sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free Scoop Soldier sticker. So, thanks to Card Kingdom for supporting the stream. Most importantly, thank you to each and every one of you you. You all are amazing and awesome, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. So have a wonderful night, a wonderful weekend. We will be back Monday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern. More historic fun or standard or modern. I don't know yet. We're going to do something fun, though. So until then, have a great weekend, everyone. I love y'all, and yeah, see you on Monday.